Hey, thanks for clicking on the video. A bit of a different stream tonight. What we had planned was a 4-player co-op night with drinks and laughs, but the shift system is basically the backbone of the Tiny Tina Wonderlands game as well as other Borderlands games. I could not even play with Hilly through Epic. It wasn't possible. We got it on the same platform and could not play together. My wife had it on the Xbox ready to go. So we're going to do split screen. My wife and I are going to play. She's on the mic. And Hilly's actually just going to join us anyway and co-host and banter with us. So welcome in tonight. And if you're watching the VOD, we're going to make this work. Hilly, say good evening to everybody.
Good evening, everybody. What a disaster, but like the phoenix, we will rise.
That's right. That's right. And Madam, if you would say good evening, hello, or something to that effect.
Good evening, hello, something to that effect.
Okay. Sometimes it's hard to hear Madam.
What?
We've got her mic pretty hot, so let us know.
I'm not used to shouting.
Is it too high?
It's kind of high.
Is that better?
Maybe.
Okay.
If I bust my teeth on it.
That's what she said. Anyway, let's get...
Nobody's busting teeth on something squishy. Like.
Right. It shouldn't be squishy.
I mean, but it's not like a microphone texture.
Hilly, do you have any comment on that?
I'm not into marriage counsel. I'm not. I'll cheer you on, but you know, you settle your differences.
Okay. All right. So, babe, I know.
Oh, I don't think I have a controller.
I know. Yeah, you do. It's on your knee. It's literally on your.
Oh
leg.
yeah, you're right.
She's not even drinking. She's drinking a seltzer water.
Oh, I posted a picture. Somebody said to get
Good
it.
night.
It's so good.
What's a seltzer?
It's
Just-
like bubbly water.
It's carbonated water. That's it.
You don't drink that over there?
Oh,
It's so good.
no, we don't have bubbles in water. It's like the third world. We have taps.
Yeah. Which one are you calling, babe? Both. No,
Both,
my wife.
both.
Both, Hilly said.
What? Take it back.
What do you think of the game
I'm
so
in
far?
love.
It's good.
Haven't played it.
What were you going to say, Hilly?
What about your man? He's amazing. I fell for him hard.
Who's
Oh,
it?
Andrew Schwab.
Oh, Swab. I need to think of a nickname for him. Something. I don't know, Cutie Buns or something.
Cutie Buns.
I don't know if that's a good one.
He the funny thing about him is that when I saw him in concert, like I said on the podcast, he's so intense and so commanding, and then but you talk to him off stage in real life and he's like warm and funny and like kind of goofy. I don't know. I like him a lot. He's a good dude.
You're saying he's double faced. Okay, all right.
Well, no, there's a
That's rude.
persona. There's a persona. There's a rock
Persona.
persona. Why does crossplay not work? It's not even crossplay. Hilly and I were going to try it. We both installed it on Epic, and we couldn't play it because it uses the shift system, because they send out shift keys for getting like skins and stuff, and the shift system is how they have crossplay for every platform. We couldn't even play on the same platform. So Madam and I were going to play split screen. Like, that was the only option. I was like, we literally can't stream. I was irritated because Madam and I couldn't connect on Xbox, and I was like, oh no, we're only going to be able to play through the Epic friends list. So I bought the game again on a separate Epic account. So I now own the game 3 times. Xbox, Epic, and then Epic again. So, yeah.
Maybe they'll give you like a cute little shirt in the game because you bought it so many times.
And me and Mike, 30 and So Gaming, oh, he's in chat. He helped me for like 30 minutes. We just couldn't figure it out. It just wouldn't work. So if tonight's a hit, if the turnout's, really good and people respond positively, maybe we could do it again next week. Although, we'll see. I was expecting maybe a little bit of a bigger turnout tonight for this brand new game, but maybe not. The afternoon wasn't very good either, so it might just not be a very popular game.
Was the afternoon not good? That was such an amazing show. I think it was the best Reforged episode you've done to date.
Oh no, the Reforged show was great. I think the shows are getting better and better. The comic book one yesterday was great too, but when I streamed Tiny Tina Wonderlands, the numbers weren't very good. It's like
Oh, sorry, I misunderstood. To Wonderlands, it's
Yeah.
not hitting. Not. I'm gonna say people didn't turn up for cutie buttons or whatever I called it. That's a crime.
Madam's hard to understand. I'm gonna need her to step up her game. We want to hear what she has to say. That's Zubair.
I haven't really said very much.
She's being rebellious.
He uses lots of words and never says anything.
Reminds me of Danny McBride. He's this loud, charismatic, raunchy comedic actor I've heard. He's actually really polite and shy in public. Well, we need to pick up a class for you, babe.
I can't really see the person. It's like the back of them.
Well, I'm gonna read the abilities to you.
I didn't. You didn't.
Okay, I'm gonna read the abilities to
Oh, the
you.
cute little baby bat.
Yeah, I don't think you want Stabomancer because it's like a stealth guy with like a blade. So go over one.
Mansplaining to her. She can pick a class. She can read.
Well, she's kind of off to the side, so she's.
Oh, you've got her in a position to not even
He's
see the
got
screen.
me in the corner.
No, I had her set up with her own monitor, and that's why it's all awkward now. She's like over to the side. I expected her to be on her own monitor. It's terrible.
Okay, that's terrible. You'd be on your own monitor.
I probably could have set up dual monitors and mimicked and mirrored so she could have looked at her own monitor, but I don't. It's too late.
Now I can't even read the words on the screen because I'm so far away.
That's not going to matter. Okay, so this guy has a hammer. He can slam the ground with the hammer, and then eventually he unlocks the ability to throw it.
How many choices do I have?
6.
Oh my gosh.
Zubair just said something really funny. You read that, Lodo.
Somebody in that relationship needs to be the one that reads.
That was good.
Go back.
This person doesn't.
What happened?
Zubair's on 4.
You said go back.
Yeah, did you go back?
Yeah, I tried to. I'm pushing the button.
Okay, so this
He
guy
doesn't have a
can
little baby
turn.
pet, though.
He has a class feat of casting a spell or reloading grants the Fate Maker a stack of spell weaving, which increases spell damage. You can turn a bad guy into a skeep for a few seconds, like a harmless sheep.
That's it. That's it.
Yeah, do you not like that?
Seems kind of lame. I don't want to be the same as you, because I'll forget which screen I am.
So you spin, and you slash nearby with a melee weapon, essentially becoming a pain tornado. And then there's another one where you leap forward. You like the one with the bat, the baby bat.
Yeah, that one's great.
Okay, that's the hammer. Okay.
That's the one I liked.
Okay. So what was the one that I thought? Yeah, I'll do this because I get a little mushroom companion and you get a little bat companion. And then... Alright. Now, do you want to customize your character? No?
No, do you know what's annoyed me? I spent an hour customizing a character for this stream, and it's a shame.
And now you can't even play.
I can't even play. I've got the pronouns right. I've got everything done, and I can't even play. Can't even play.
I like how you said I got the pronouns right.
I got everything. I ticked every box. There was no.
I mean,
no
I guess
one could
you want to pick the
this
color of my guy's shirt. Would that make you feel better?
Oh, I had a
Body
bit of yellow
type.
on it.
Like
you want to
couch
put a bit
potato.
My lady was voluptuous. She had yellow gear on, yellow lipstick, and a
Oh
really
my
good
gosh, what is that?
facial pan.
Just keep hitting
Really
X
good
to
facial.
randomize.
The lips I went to full when I did max size and width.
Yeah, did you try and to like get your character to move? She probably toppled over.
Doesn't matter. Doesn't matter. She looked dope.
We're just going to randomize until we like what we see.
Oh, is that what's happening?
Yeah, that's what I'm doing.
Oh, he went past it.
I don't know how to go back.
You can't go back. It's random.
It's random. Just keep going. Press forward. Don't do quick. You're gonna miss. You're gonna miss it. Miss it. Anything with cat ears at this stage.
Do you want cat ears, babe?
I kind of do. I don't
That's
want
the
that.
only thing that I've seen worth having.
Okay, I'm good with this.
And if you get cat ears in this, you've saved yourself £20 on Halo. That's the way to see it. You know what I mean? 20 quid straight in the skyrocket.
That's how they should sell the game.
Yeah.
You want to save 20 quid? Play Borderlands. We got cat ears.
Free.
Oh, sorry, Mama.
I'm trying to pick my cat ears.
Hang on.
Now I look like something from Star Trek.
Yeah, he looked really scary. Yeah, you got it. You got it.
Okay, I want that one.
Got it.
You're bearded too. It's great.
Normalize different types of features.
That's $40 saved in your money.
In your
Free
money.
beer.
Actually, we're still under because he bought it like 5 times.
Oh yeah. You guys will be lucky if you break even tonight.
we
We probably won't.
really helped
We need-
their stock tonight.
Look, chat. If you can dig deep, do a super chat because Lolo's bought the game 3 times and we're not even doing what we wanted. Please, come on. A membership, anything. Order some coffee, fucking t-shirt from 80s tea, whatever you like. If you're really desperate, get some Gunner glasses.
Okay, Mama, go down to continue. Oh golly.
That's not disrespect to Gunner glasses, but
And then
I need my glasses actually have lenses in, so I can't go down that road.
I want to give her. How do we give her? Does she get any? Does anything boost Constitution? I guess I'll make you the village idiot as well.
Do thick.
John with the
Need
$5
brown
tip
flakes.
says, "I do what the British man tells me." What'd you say, Hilly?
You need bran flakes for constitution. Bit of fibre in your diet. That's what you need. That's what you need.
I want to make her the village idiot.
That's so rude.
That is rude. Did you reduce her strength?
No, I'm giving her more.
What's he putting me like negative strength so I'll go out there and get killed all the time?
I'm giving you the same build I have. Wait. Edit player name.
Look at that. Look at Card. Look at.
Did you see
John
what he
and
called
Cardo.
me?
I didn't call you newbie. The game does that.
Oh my gosh, that's so rude. I would probably play video games more, but I'm always with the kids and someone's always hogging the remotes.
This is slander of the highest order. And we got to listen to this.
We did get you a really big TV. We thought you'd share it.
Well, we're playing on like the tiniest screen I've ever seen. Like 6 inches by like 20. I barely can see.
So if the kiddo's
Can you
watching
seriously
that
not
big one,
No, it's fine.
And Fret, it says your story does murder 1,000.
Making me feel bad. I got this car doc around with a $20 tip. Hilly is brainwashing us.
Can't be trusted with pencils, let alone
Can you move your camera
So
around?
it is up to you, newbie.
that's my job.
Is it how you like it? Up and down, down is up, or whatever.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
Are we gonna get birthday hats?
They're
I don't know.
$20.
I'm pounding a 10%er so we can make this more fun.
I know you see me as a role model.
I don't blame you going in the deep end, my man.
I'm diving in head first.
This is a role-playing game, baby.
After the start, we had.
Break character voice. Kapisky? Break me off a piece of that.
I am destined for greatness and glory. This quest is merely the start of my legend.
Tasty. Nom, 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 nom. Now, Prepare to enter a world.
Harry says, I'm here just to say hi to the wife, not gonna
Oh,
lie.
Harry's all grown up now and an adult.
I don't see
Isn't he?
You gotta imagine it, knucklehead.
Just close your eyes and wonder.
He was just a babe. Now he's all big now.
He was just a babe, and now he's all big now. Zubair with 14 months. I can't afford tips. I need that money for coffee. Thanks, Zubair.
Hard to be here.
So the kids can fight over who draws a picture for him. Punching, crying.
herself. What could she want of us?
She fears
Poor
the
old Zubair.
dragonwood will soon reawaken.
Typical lawyer claim he hasn't got enough money.
Still
I don't know.
remember
I don't
his
know.
resurrection.
What I'm hearing,
He's not even really a
we get to
bear.
whoop his ass.
Yeah, he's
Here's
a
little
fake
cheat sheet to
bear
track your health and
lawyer.
map and stuff up.
That's
What it
you.
really means is his clients don't have enough money.
Yeah, that's me. I was trying to
Oh, look how cute I am.
graphical preference, resolution, performance, and then I'm gonna.
If you want to change any of those settings, that'll cost you. Imagine if they start
there we
charging
go.
for that. That looks beautiful.
Can I open this?
Are you
Oh.
on top, Lono?
Yeah, hang on. That's too much on the FOV though, because we're like.
I got a little baby dress.
I'm just making sure it looks good on stream. It looks like it's smooth.
Looks good. Well, I'm watching on Discord. Why am I commenting? Yeah, it's fine.
Thanks
Hey,
for your,
it
thanks for
looks
your
good,
input.
looks good, mate. It's looking crisp as gets.
I've had a couple of beers I can hardly see, and I'm claiming it looks good. No, it's fine. Don't tell me you've got a technical problem. I'll be like, it's a PSU, mate. It's a PSU. You've got to change the PSU. You've got to change that.
It's a change.
Definitely the-
PSU.
Got to change that. Always the PSU. Oh, motherboard issue.
Hang on,
great.
I gotta. I don't know where to put my camera.
I
I'll
thought he was
go.
going to say something else there.
Just
right
put it in the
there.
middle of your map, so then you're just like running through your little picture.
Alas, the weight of the
Yeah,
world
we're gonna
is
have
too
stuff on the
much
screen soon. I'll figure it out.
Put it in the middle, so then people would just think you're running through it.
Yeah, Madam's on the bottom, Lona's on top.
That's so. You're so dumb. You're 40 years old, laughing at that.
You recognize one of the queen's
Are you talking to me or Lola?
Well, you weren't really laughing.
queen's magic
I wasn't laughing.
stone. Granting you the power of
Oh, liar. Oh, can we turn the names off?
Queen Butt Stallion. She's guiding us on our quest.
Sure enough, baby. A trail of
That's branding. You can't turn that off. That's Reforce TV. You can turn the voice actors off.
Bars your path. What you gonna do about it, huh?
I cast identify tree.
It's a species called Jumpus tutorial.
That's right. That's right, Zubair.
It only grows in this one
I'll
valley.
take this shit seriously.
Yeah, I can't turn the names off. I can't do it. It's like showing our names over our heads. It's not a big deal. Just a little obnoxious.
Nah.
Did you find where to go, Mama?
Yeah, there's little rainbow.
Oh,
bird.
you're going through the tutorial. All right, I'm coming. Like, look how obnoxious that is.
Have you called your wife Minion 112013?
No, I made accounts.
That is so rude.
I made accounts for my kids.
I
Minion
see what.
and Stinks.
It's not getting any better.
And
That's how I refer to myself. Minion 112013 and Minion
That sounds like a computer
4478.
dork.
Run out of Christian names?
Linton edge steel
Gee whiz.
moves you forward. Lumber vein is left your axe in a stump.
No, it's like a house of cards falling down right in front of our eyes.
Can I take that?
This steel feels like
Children are the future, Lolo.
oh, yeah, yep. That's why you gotta number them properly.
How many were you planning on?
goodness. More than 2?
In the thousands.
Um,
Oh, frick.
Hope you die.
I will.
Bye.
You didn't even hesitate to say that you hope I die. That was immediate.
we should start death count. Lono 1, Madam 0.
I'm all the way back at the beginning. This is not cool.
Get a little car. Where are
It's
we supposed to
roguelike.
go?
The blue diamond.
I mean, I see the blue diamond, but... Oh, like in here?
You see the blue diamond, but do you actually
How do I use that little
see
axe
the
thing that I got?
blue
What button do I
diamond?
push?
You push in your right stick to melee.
So the magical hoof prints
That's
continue
it.
through the cave.
Should I wait for you?
Rocky ceiling dips.
No,
Oh.
don't wait for Lono.
Okay.
A true
Don't worry.
bait maker knows
You'll be
when to
fine with
stand
that.
tall and when
He'll
to
probably die
crouch.
again before he gets back to you.
Now's the time I was talking about. It's crouching time.
Yeah, work them sweet glutes. And if you get a running start and crouch, you'll slide around like a cool action.
Do you recognize the one voice, Mama?
Ooh, there's been lots of voices. And
Ah.
other people have been really loud, so I've not been able to really listen to
Yeah,
gameplay.
Hilly can be kind of loud sometimes. It's okay.
So,
I'm sorry.
No.
I've had a beer. This is what we do.
I've
You've
a
had
beer.
one?
I've had a beer.
I've had more than one. Not gonna lie, I won't lie to a woman. If that was Lono, I'd have been like, yeah, I've just had one.
I won't. Is that a British thing? Like Americans won't hit a woman, but you guys go a step further. You're like, I won't lie to a woman.
Both.
The guy.
It's not either or.
Reaching it will be going
Either
well,
or.
thanks for clarifying. I was a little worried.
I like how you said both.
Oh, my little
Both.
game pause.
What is a trick question? What I got to lie to her here?
He's recording it, so then he would have known.
Tried to lie to her, hit her. I was just imagining like a gentleman. You know, they bring him in to interrogate him. He's like, I was not there, mate. I'm telling you the truth. And they bring a woman in here, and he's like, oh dear God.
Oh dear. Actually,
Look at this
that
cute little baby crab.
would work. That would work.
Stab him, babe.
I hit him with the little axe thing I picked up.
Luckily, they were carrying their life savings. For some reason. All yours now.
Can you like cut out a tree?
Everything down here.
You two are doing really well. Really well.
Thanks,
I feel like
Hilly.
that's rude.
Yeah.
I feel like that's a rude thing to say.
How's that rude? Just because it's a British accent, it sounds condescending, but that's how we say everything.
I can't see someone's blocking the screen with their hand.
I want these worlds needed to collide. This is the greatest thing ever. It's not rude.
But it was, right? You're doing really well. Who says that? Unless you're not.
I can't breathe, bro.
British people do.
I don't think so.
They do. They do.
I watched
like,
that
keep
show.
going.
Nobody says that in that show that I watched.
Well, she does
Oh,
watch the
British
British
Bake
Bake Off.
That's a persona of Britishness. This is it's fake. It's fake. Noel Fielding is not British. He's like 1 in a million here.
He's like a walking Muppet.
He shouldn't be on TV, but he's allowed to be because he's so unique.
Who?
He shouldn't be allowed to be on TV. She's not representing it very well though. They do say well done. They're like well done when they like go back to their seat.
If a British person's
Yeah, to
praising
the
you,
losers. They don't say that to the winner. They just handshake them.
that's right. Everyone else other than the winner gets praise, and the winner gets a handshake. That's Britishness. That's encapsulating Britishness. If someone's truly a winner, you're like, yeah, okay, good one. Yeah, good. Everyone else needs encouragement.
That's
See?
amazing.
It's true. You encourage the losers. How do you think you control an empire without encouraging people beneath you?
Don't break some bones, face maker.
Oh, that's great.
Oh, that is so
not,
rude.
They fought nobly and well.
Are you shooting anything?
No, I just found some glowing stuff, so I figured you could do it.
I just want everybody to take note at the bottom screen what they're doing while
What?
I'm over here defending us.
Defending us? From like level 1 skeletons?
Oh. No, it's fine. It's fine.
Oh, this guy's coming after me. Rude?
He was going for you, madam. I saw him.
Whatever he's talking about. There's a loot chest up on that tower. Get them loot.
What's so funny, man?
Yeah. Nothing. That was perfectly normal encounter.
Everything's fine. Everything's fine.
Everything's fine now. How are you? Are you shooting at me?
Yeah.
What are you shooting at?
Oh, I fell.
Oh, that's unfortunate.
That is so rude. You know, like walking and jumping's hard in these games. Like, they don't have an automatic like walk, and then it just walks me across this little tiny balance beam.
Ooh, you found a ward. That's like a magical shield above your health. Pretty sweet.
We've got shields now, Mama.
Oh, I thought I got new gloves.
We're ready to rock.
Uh-oh, a rock
Oh, so
slide
nervous.
bars your way to the village.
Where did you go? I walked all the way up here, and you're not here.
Very heroic. Tina,
As Stink said this evening,
It's impossible.
Stink.
Without
my
explosions.
son, it's his nickname, Stinks. Stream gave him that nickname a long time ago.
Okay.
Before he was
so your
born.
so your daughter's called Minion and your son's called Stink.
I want them to
Y-
explode.
Stinks.
Stinks.
Yeah, we just don't want to use their real name.
Ahead, you hear the roar
Oh,
of
right.
raging
It's a
fire,
code name, and
the
you came
Yeah.
up with that. Okay.
Yeah.
Oh.
We're here to
He
What about-
said. He said.
What about beautiful boy and gorgeous daughter? As in
Beautiful boy and gorgeous daughter. Gorgeous George.
gorgeous George. Yeah, call the boy gorgeous George.
we're
You
here
could have come up with any code there. I understand the keeping the anonymity. I understand that, but
Well, Minion got called Minion because the first time she was ever on stream, she was wearing a Minion t-shirt.
Is that why?
oh, that
Yeah,
makes it,
so
yeah.
chat nicknamed her Minion.
And we
I
did
like
stinks
Stinky.
because
And we did Stinks because
Boys
when
are
when we were gonna have a
stinky,
little boy, she was
so-
like, "He's a little stinky boy."
A bit smelly, is he?
Actually, he is. You get his feet after a day or two and knock you
Stop.
down.
well, he was on the couch and he lets him out and he's like, "Oh man, don't come over here. It smells real bad."
That's my boy. That's my boy.
That's it. He's marking his territory.
The warning shot too. Like, don't come over here.
It wasn't a warning shot. It was like, "Did you poop?" Like it was so loud.
He said
He said no.
he doesn't know the saying, you know, finders keepers, losers weepers. And he was like, finders losers, keepers weepers.
I like the way he said it so confidently and got it
Yeah.
wrong.
He's like, keepers weepers. And I was like, it actually sounds kind of good. It rhymes.
Look, he's reinvented it.
Well, I said we
Well,
don't really do that because they found something at the post office and they're like, "Oh, we're gonna take it, finders keepers." And I was like, "No," I was like, "We can't just take people's stuff. If someone comes back for it, we can't just take it."
Yeah, but finders keepers. What was it? I can't remember what he said.
He said, finders losers, keepers weepers.
I prefer that.
I mean,
It's true, those guys.
Did I read you? We were, I don't know what we were doing.
oh, someone's crying.
An extra powerful
That's the guy
skeleton
that turned up at the
arises.
post office and was like, nah, some kid took it, mate.
It was one of those little pop-it boards. It was huge. They were fighting over who was going to be able to take it.
Are they still into the old Pokemon?
A single
Yeah.
villager remains alive
nice.
in the carnage.
Keep all those cards though, that'd be your pension.
Might as well save
They're all the same ones.
There was someone said.
So he was coming up with names for a character. He was like, we should name him this. I was like, well, come up with some names, buddy. And these are the 3 names he came up with. And there's a theme. There's a theme throughout the names here. He said, boing boing butt. he said,
Boing boing butt.
boing
Yeah,
boing butt. He said, Wiggles McBooty.
That's good. That's
And then-
good.
And then he said, Butt McStuffin.
Oh, I'm torn now. Did you see? I don't know if it hit the American press. the British government or and the research group were building a new boat that was one of these sort of scientific research boats, and they did a competition to name it. Silly thing, they let the British public decide what to call it, and it was done on a voting system. And
sounds like
Boaty McBoatface was leading by a country mile, and in the end they called it the Sir David Attenborough because all the work he's done on stuff.
Whatever. That's lame.
Well, yeah, and they were in so much hot water about it because they were like, no, this was a vote, and the vote was Boaty McBoatface. And in the end, they had to concede, and it's still called the HMS David Attenborough, whatever it's called. But the rescue boat on that vessel is called Boaty McBoaty. That was the compromise.
That was the compromise. Zubair says the boy is an effing genius. Effing genius.
Oh, I forget how to shoot.
What do you? What?
But
I don't know. I was just pushing all the buttons, and I didn't push this one.
But he
fine.
is already on the level of the British population as a whole.
That's how intelligent. Yeah.
He's there. He's at British public level. How old is he?
Wiggle. He's 6. Wiggles
He's hit that.
McBooty.
He's hit the average. I don't know. What would you call it? The collective. What was it? The theory of crowds. He's hit the level theory of crowds of the British public at 6. Hats off to the man. Hats off.
Butt McStuffins is my favorite.
That's terrible. I tried to say you can't say that in front of your friends.
They might get the wrong idea.
Why does it keep freezing like that? That's really annoying.
Look, you're just lucky the game's running.
For real.
You've only bought it 3 times, you know what I mean? You're doing really well from what...
There it goes again. You're doing very poorly.
You're doing very well.
How does a British person cheer on an American?
Yeah, how often does that happen?
It's
Come
not
on, mate.
often.
You're doing great.
It's all about- Half
Throw
the time we
that,
don't know what...
throw that football.
90% of the time we don't even know what you're doing.
The freezing is horrible. It's the audio keeps going. That's what's so weird.
Yeah,
what is that?
freezes hard. What is that?
You're seeing that, right?
Yeah, I'm seeing it on Discord. It's nasty, and it's quite quite regular.
Hang on a second.
Just
Hang on, I have an idea.
just throw it out the window.
No,
Let's
I
just
think
let's just do a bake-off round table. Let's get the scones out. Come on.
Come on, then.
Let's talk about jam.
Let's talk about jam.
Let's talk about jam.
These
Oh,
skills are the
so I'll
ink
close
with which
that.
I
I'll
scribe
close
my
it.
name in
Jam?
legend.
I could talk about jam. I can talk about food all day long. I could talk about beer all day long.
Can you see
I'll
what's
talk
happening
about
right now, Hilly?
Nope.
All right, hang on a second. Guys, we gotta go zoomed in. We gotta go zoomed in.
Oh,
Chat.
that's just what they want to see. His head is actually that big. And the glasses are that big. Don't even. Don't even.
Why would you say what you? Can you see now, Hilly?
Wow. I'm hurt by the comment.
You're going to get cut.
I didn't have a scene to go to. All right, that might stop this. It might have been buffering on the capture card.
Tina, maybe after this
Old
quest,
capture
I
card's
could
not
be the
coping
bunker
with it.
master. I've been working on a campaign. It's got orcs and kissing.
Team preserves. Team preserves. Dark roast is not sitting on the same side as jam. You can go with you can be with Nutella or something. you have Nutella in the States?
Yeah, we don't call it Nutella. We call it Nutella.
I shall uphold
Nutella.
Yeah,
Nutella,
my
yeah.
conscience.
Nutella.
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 Nutella. I hardly
name.
know it.
That's stupid.
How are we talking about hazelnut conserve? It's only this is a Swift system not working. That's what's happening.
I like how you keep calling it Swift.
What's it called? Shit.
It's Shift.
Shit system.
Yeah, shit would be a better name.
The shift. Swift. Where am I getting the W from?
I don't know, mate.
Don't know. And whatever you call it doesn't work. Day one doesn't work. What a surprise. Should we rattle off the games that didn't work day one? Just go alphabetically.
Oh yeah, it froze again. I can't figure out where to put myself. I'll go right there.
You hear
I'm
the
kinda-
phrases of that? That was innuendo laden. Is it a headshot for critical? Or is that just dependent on the weapon you use?
Yeah, headshot for critical.
Well done, madam.
There's that well done again.
I need another phrase for it when I meant that one. I meant that well done.
But the other ones?
Great stuff. Great stuff is actually good. And
Great
well
stuff?
done. Great stuff.
Good.
Good.
The last of the Harrow bloodline sits in her ancient
Gosh, those freezes are
bones
terrible.
clutching a dusty spellbook as though awaiting a destiny that never came.
Like we're playing on a Series X. I wonder if it's the split screen. It's just too much for it, you know. Wait, can you?
Splits. I used to be able to do this on a classic Xbox. I used to be able to play Tiger Woods golf with 4 mates, and you're telling me it can't do split screen on the Series X?
Yeah. Okay. Skip tutorial. You've not picked up any other weapons?
I haven't
She's
seen
good
any.
for that one.
Look at
She's doing fine with
Look
that.
at your
Critical.
character.
I'm a married man.
You're a married man with some boobs. I don't.
Hey, it's 2022.
That would make you a married man, I suppose.
Did you start with those trousers?
I don't think so. I don't think they were
No.
striped.
No, they weren't. This game's jibbing you.
Oh, that was. Did you start with those trousers? Lono stole them all. No, it's on cooperative. Hang on. Come back out here. Come
Let's
back
see.
out here.
Open up yours and see how many you have.
No, come back out
Uh-huh.
here. You should have your own loot.
I haven't seen any.
All right, hang on.
Did you put it on competitive or?
No,
the
I
other
would
one?
never do that. I can't stand it being on competitive. There was a chest right out here.
And there was nothing. And
Right here.
nothing was in it.
Oh, there was nothing? That's interesting.
Yeah,
I
green
see.
and white, nothing.
But you pick them up though. You have more than one weapon now. Buddy, you see how easily misrepresent. I need another drink. Are you just gonna sit here and drink your seltzer? Look at your red-faced demon cat bitch character.
When did I turn red?
I don't know, but it's terrifying. Hold still. It's terrifying. It's like an Oompa Loompa
No,
that,
it's not.
that drank
It's a different shade.
Rogaine. Oh my gosh. My guy actually looks kind of dope. It's like Dr. Disrespect had an elvish little child.
Love child.
Yeah, he's a little love child. There you go.
With like elf ears and glowing
Violence,
eyeballs.
Violence, speed, momentum, and elvish properties. No, Madam Cam? No. She's not on cam.
That's a different tier.
That's a different tier. That's right. Well,
That's right.
she's
And
ready
you
to
haven't got enough
monetize.
money for it. You ain't got enough money for that too, judging off what we saw earlier.
I'm getting another drink. Do you want your seltzer water? Is that good?
Well, I'm
I
not
don't
chugging
want
it
some- I
down like
don't-
an animal. Slowly
I
drinking.
don't want any seltzer water.
You could show 'em my
No
cute little
bubbles.
thing. Where's my thing?
Her little.
Isn't that so cute?
Hang on. Let's go zoom. This holds her cup. This holds
Keeps
her
my
coat.
hand from getting too
Or
cold.
can.
And it keeps the can cold. Pull it out.
It's stuck in there.
I'm gonna grab a beer if you're getting one.
Yeah, do it. I'll be right back. Give Madam an IP.
Hold on, I'm
like IPAs.
Amy, right?
No. That koozie is not gonna lie. No, that koozie is cute. Not gonna lie. Yeah, she.
Technique should I learn next?
I forget where she got it. Oh. Pull it. It's stuck. That's right. Are you there, Hilly? He's not. I am so disappointed we could not do what we planned on doing. This is working, though. This has been fun. Make sure and smash the like button, guys. Get us those first 100 likes.
Hello. I'm
Hello,
back.
you're back.
Hello.
Yeah, we were just talking about you.
All good, I hope.
Only the best.
This is the trouble when the wife meets your friends, it never goes well. You talk to this guy
You talk to this guy every week.
every week. He's full of crap. He's full of crap.
Hey, it's like we end the we end the stream. And she's like, "Thank God for that."
She's like, oh, God, he's gone for another week. That's like when my brother comes round, my wife's like, oh, I hope they don't come round again. That's my flesh and blood.
Is the crossplay system down, or is it just a pain to set up? It's just totally down.
It's just absolute in the up the wall bollocks.
Like if I go to social, I can't even do it. It's not even, look at that. Go online. The whole shift system is just 100% down.
It shat itself
The shift system took a shit.
on itself.
Well, it's time to rebrand, everybody. We'll everybody gather round. Greg, what's your idea back there? What should we name the company?
I bet you tomorrow they tweet out, we had no idea people would buy the game in the numbers they did. Well, we've been advertising it for 7.5 weeks or whatever, and then you had a market. We had no idea. Just come out of the blue. 20,000 people tried to log on in the first hour. What, after buying the game? Stone the roses.
Stow the roses. Is
It's
that a
unbelievable.
Is that a British saying? Stow the roses?
No, that's just what happens to my brain. Just comes out. I can't say what I want to say.
This magic with honor.
With the spell book equipped.
Somebody said, how do you take a shit on yourself?
Spell contained.
I don't know what that means.
It's not that hard, dude.
Yeah. Just point it up.
They got none of that flesh.
So now your left bumper and your right bumper will do cool stuff, babe.
Tomb crypt. There's got to be an entrance around here somewhere.
Just separately.
Not at the same time.
Yeah, not at the same time.
My spell
Do,
is ready.
never mind. Don't do it yet.
Nobody's here.
Yeah, they're dead. So you see down in the corner, you have these things.
Oh, yeah. Mhm.
Okay, the left one is your left bumper and the right one is your right bumper.
Okay. Oh, jumpy. I missed.
You're good. We have to go down anyway.
But look, I saw them.
Great work, babe.
Thanks.
Or in the words of Hilly, well done.
Well done. Did I miss the battle?
Did I miss it? Did I miss the battle?
As you hurtle down into the depths beneath the castle, it smells of old stone and older secrets.
Okay.
Where did you go?
Down the hole.
I didn't see them.
Center of the. You just walked over it right
Oh.
there. You can do it, babe.
Oh.
And here you come. Boom.
Boom. Dusty
You
crit.
did it. I really, I'm having a hard time getting over how awful your character looks.
That is so rude.
Yeah.
I kind of like my pants.
Oompa,
Look.
loompa, doopa dee
Look how
doo.
cute I look.
I have another weapon for you. Wait, I can view you. What the no!
Let's not do that again.
Can you
Yeah.
back out with
No,
B?
I'm-
Well, guess what? These lands suck. I'm getting out of here. One last meal, and I'm moving to the capital.
Did Madam see your hit single? Dad, did you see this, babe?
I
So Barrier made a video today.
Okay.
my poison tester.
Video.
Tell him he sucks.
All right, here we go. Come back, babe.
This
Come back.
is-
You're gonna trigger something. Are you ready for this, babe? This is literal artwork. This is art. This is like a Van Gogh. You ready? Hang on, I got.
Oh. Oh gosh. That's so dumb.
Harsh but fair.
What are you even saying?
Talking about Elden Ring.
I'm talking about Elden Ring. She said, "What are you even saying?"
Rumble and a booming laugh that seems to come from all around.
Wait until. Wait until.
Are you freaking out?
He did have a little lapse of.
I feel like someone should have my number and like slap him, and I could come down and like slap him, and then he'd get back to normal.
Well, we used to have like a caution symbol we put in chat, but it just got you overused.
Resurrect the Dragon Lord. That's the exact opposite of what we want. We gotta get in there.
Oh golly. Wait until.
Why did
Is it that
You just
funny?
wait. You just wait, bro. You just wait, bro. Every time, like, to be fair to Lona, I feel him on this. For 2 months, he's been playing. 3 months.
From software
Been playing-
games? I don't even. 6 months. It's been a long time.
6 months. He's been doing Sekiro, Dark Souls 3. Every boss he's beaten. There's literally within 2 seconds. You just wait, bro. You just wait till you fight Magdalene or whoever it is, or what's the other one? Oh, you wait till you fight Cinder of Star Force. Wait till you fight Star Fox 64. Wait till you do Mario 150cc. You wait, bro. You wait, bro. You ain't seen nothing yet. And it's like, shut up, dipshit. I've done it every time I've been asked. I've done it.
He said Star Fox 64.
That was really hard. Star Fox was hard. I was
Star-
just thinking
yeah.
of hard.
Star Fox was no joke.
That was no joke. But it was annoying. It was annoying. It was getting like,
Come on, son.
okay.
Smartly,
What's the meme? It's like when he's getting put around the news and he's like, first time,
Yeah. First time.
first time here. Okay.
No,
mate,
babe,
yeah.
come back. Don't drop down yet.
I was
I
just
do
walking
feel
through a little
sorry
thing.
Wait until.
Oh dear.
I must admit, when you lost it though, I was crying. I think I started to cry laughing, like, because I was just laughing, but I was crying because it was like, it's what I turned up for. Is I just want to see Lono lose it on a Friday, and he's lost it, and then it was justified. It was brilliant. It was perfect. You were
Where are
happy.
you?
You were happy because sometimes you'd lose it and you weren't happy. But you lost it and you were happy because you'd lost it and you were like, I'm going to get all this out. I'm going to get it all out and I'm going to get it all out on you.
You little shit. Wait, Nothing came out. Money came out. You were dying laughing? Yeah, everybody that commented, they were like, dude, I am dying laughing at work. Nobody was ready for it.
No, it was awkward because it was like it was just it was that stupid bird thing, wasn't it? With the fire.
The bird was taking me all the way to the red zone.
With all the bosses. That doesn't even seem justified. It doesn't. It doesn't.
I got a special figure this time.
Oh. Okay, let me. Hang on.
What are you doing?
I can't pause it.
Oh my god.
I wanted to explain it to my wife so she could understand what
Yeah,
in the
she
world we're
needs the
talking about.
context. Yeah, it
I don't
does need
need
context.
context.
You're down already? What happened?
I didn't spend any of my points.
Guy right in front of you.
I'm trying.
No. Little guy. There you go. You're up.
There's no escape.
I got his aggro. You good?
Yeah.
Oh, I'm fine.
Hilly said, yeah.
Yeah. All the
I
loot
thought
drop.
you were asking him.
The room's clear.
I was
You cleared
talking
the
to
room.
my wife. I said, are you good? You're like, yeah. I'm okay. So I'm all right over here.
That's okay.
So I'm used to a normal Friday. I love it, but
I'm like the third wheel.
You are not the third wheel. Oh, golly. 20 spot from Insomniac Black. Problem I'm facing, go to bed. You'll be able to get up for work at 4 a.m. or sit and watch Lono. The right choice is obvious. Time for some Rageless Rose. My man for the 20 spot, Insomniac Black. You the man, homie. All right, we got to explain this to my wife.
Oh,
Don't touch the dice. Okay, so have some bourbon. You loosen up and join the jokes. Join the banter.
It doesn't make the jokes any better.
You are
that's harsh but fair.
harsh but fair. That's right. Okay, so every time in Dark Souls 3 and in Sekiro and in Elden Ring, 3 games in a row, I stress, I get frustrated, I finally beat the boss, right? And as I'm breathing a sigh of, and I'm like, man.
Where everyone can hear it.
You have to be on that side of the mic.
Oh, I didn't.
Here.
I was trying to drink
right
my
here.
drink.
Right here. Did you try to lick me? Oh my goodness. Anyway.
The wife's prerogative.
Yes. So anyway, as I'm breathing a sigh of relief and being like, oh, finally, that boss was ridiculous. Without fail, someone's like, bro, just you wait. The next boss, next area, whatever, is going to be insane. Right? And it's frustrating because it's like...
Can you pause?
Yeah.
When you get to the funny part, can you just give me like a little thumbs up so I know to laugh? Okay, go.
This is so cutsy. I love it. Are you British?
Are you British? Yeah, I know. She's a kindred British spirit. Anyway.
You see, like it's British Bake Off, and that comment alone, you'd make it out here. You'd be fine.
Okay. Anyways, as I was saying...
Are you still bleeding from that?
Yeah, I'm bleeding out like a stuck pig. So, that's happened in every game. And on the other day, I was fighting this really... Don't check your watch. What is that? She was just checking her smartwatch. She got a text. You were reading your phone?
Well, I thought you liked to watch yourself, so I didn't think you'd look at me.
Oh, my goodness. Oh, she's cutting deep tonight. Okay, listen.
Can you just finish the story, please?
I like how you added the story, please.
Yeah, because I knew you'd start laughing.
I'm gonna say I've heard that before, and it's not in the right place.
Anyway, the last time I was playing Elden Ring, there was this super irritating bird, and he was pecking me, and he was being an absolute top shelf bitch. Just the worst.
You don't like birds, especially
I
Dutch
really don't like birds. I will punch a goose right in its dumb head.
I'll call
Anyway,
the cops.
I was very frustrated, and I finally beat it, and I was like, what a piece of trash. Oh, my gosh. And this guy said,
Yeah.
wait until you get to the final boss. And I lost it on him. I was like,
Is this before lunch? Is that the day I brought lunch really late?
no. I literally, it was 3 in the afternoon.
Eyes on the prize, friend.
So I
It's in
said,
his chill stage.
So you
It's in
started
his chill
singing?
stage.
so I was not, that was not me singing. Barrier
It
added.
sounded like singing to me.
Thank you. Barrier added the music after the fact. So I was like,
It was just a
I
Lono
freaked
rant.
out on. Yeah, it's just a Lono rant. I freaked out on him. I was like, you just got angry at a boss. Wait until you get to the end.
Just wait until.
Oh,
Just
wait until. And
I
we
just
decided
like,
that it sounded like I was singing for a metal band. So Barrier added music.
That was so great. Thanks for the story.
Thumbs up now, Lono.
Oh. That was so funny.
I guess you had to be there. You had to be there.
Yeah, you had to be
Maybe.
there and not.
And then hear you talk about it 8 times. And then watch the clip 4 times.
I did watch a clip a couple times.
Dragon Lord,
I need to see this. Go to Twitter. Reforge TV on Twitter. I retweeted the video. It's amazing.
That's good.
No, I tweeted the video.
Happening. Come on, the Fate Maker never beats the
To be
villain in the
fair,
first
what
quest.
it was like a few, at least 3 months
Stronger than the
worth
ones
of
she said before.
bile that came up on this person.
Like
That's right.
the same person was telling you to wait?
No, it was
No, it's
just
just-
every game they said it. They said it in Dark Souls 3. Tell her, Hilly.
But for now,
It's just,
I have to go
it's one of those
pay
things
a
that
shiny
it's just
visit.
people
See
that
you
have just
around
stopped
the
by or certain types of fans of the game always like to say. It's just like no matter what hill you climb over, they just tell you the next hill's bigger, the next hill's bigger. But the fact of the matter is, if you can climb over one hill in the game, you can get over them all, and they just it's just a bit annoying after a while. It's like, oh, can you imagine after a 100-meter sprint, they're like, oh, you mate, you run 200 meters. All right, well, if I can run 100 meters in 10 seconds, I'm pretty sure I can run 200 meters in a good time. So shut up. You know,
Are you
gonna be.
I'm sorry, are you reading something? Because we can still hear you.
with a heart full of fire and dreams of dragons and magic.
I'm bleeding.
Only one way.
You gotta be careful, mate. She came for you, bro. She got you.
Wait a minute.
It's not a jab, that's a hook.
Shiny
Hilly's down.
neighborhood?
Man down.
And
Butt stallion.
game over, man. Game over.
She said, "Are you reading something?"
I'm reading. Loaded doesn't read. What should I?
Oh, hang on, babe.
I got a couple, I think.
What the?
What word?
I'm not pushing any buttons. Okay. Oh, I did it again.
Oh, I did it that time. Can we capture these little guys?
No, you cannot capture the little
Can I
crab.
kill them?
No.
Oh, I don't want to. Should I stay off the water? There's a bridge.
Oh, golly. That was so funny. Forget Madam Crumpet. She's Madam Savage. I'm telling you, man. You guys
She
have to
does
think
not-
about how insane and ramped up and ranty I get during the day, okay?
Oh my gosh. All the
What-
time.
What equal power to that would be required in the universe to be my match in a woman? You've heard it tonight.
Just move your miniature wherever you want to go on it.
I'm surprised you're alive.
Nice detailing on the landscape. Feels like there's a whole world just
Yeah.
waiting for us to kill
Yeah,
and
so am I.
That's right.
Oh, I like this. There's a beer river.
We made it to the title screen, babe.
Oh, it's so cute. I feel like it should be a theme park. Ooh, I
I'll-
can't read that because it's so tiny. on
Just
your
hit B.
kitty.
It doesn't matter.
I like to read these things.
Reading is for
Oh, I'm moving very
For zoo-
slowly. Is that on
Zoo
purpose?
bear and lawyers.
Yeah, reading is for arrogant lawyers and people with brains.
Yeah. Judgmental readers.
Judgmental, oh shit.
Yep.
Stupid freezing.
In the UK, when they had an advertising campaign funded by the government for people that couldn't read, and they had little gremlins jumping on people's backs going, "You can't read!" in the 90s. They genuinely did. The government paid, and they ran these adverts that had these little gremlins that jumped on people's backs, and it goes, "You can't read!" to
That
try
was
and encourage
encouraging people to read.
people to read that couldn't read. That was the ideology.
It sounds insane.
But I'll find one. I'm pretty sure they've destroyed all of it, but I'll find one and I'll show you the advert. You will not believe it. You will not believe it.
They destroyed the records.
It was so bad. They tried to purge it because they realised how bad it came off. Because as well, there was like a bit of what they call here a north-south divide, where they were targeting people in the north because literacy and numeracy was. They made like a generalisation that people in the north of England, this was more targeted for. So it just was like awful. You know, you can't make sweeping generalisations like that. It was terrible.
Yeah, you can. You can do it in the right places.
Well, you could do it in the 90s and the 80s and all the rest of it, but it was just terrible. It's just terrible.
We did it. My shotgun's so bad.
Like
Gosh,
bad like good, or like bad like bad?
bad like bad.
What's bad?
Oh, why is it constantly freezing? Come on, eat an actual dick video game.
It might like that, so that might not be an insult.
Okay, it wasn't really meant to be an insult. It was meant to be something unenjoyable. But like you said, babe, it's so bad. It's not. There's no way. It's not my capture card. It's the game doing it. Because it's not consistent.
Wait, we jumping in here? Bye. Get rid of your gremlins.
Apparently, the best ones were the ones Charlie says. Do you know about those, Hilly?
I put shortcuts around the overworld.
Which
How do we
ones?
get around?
Charlie says, I don't remember those.
Shortcut unlocked. There's all
But the
sorts of
gremlin,
goodies.
yeah, that was it. The gremlin was on your back, and it was like the gremlin was that you couldn't read, and you had to get the gremlin off your back. Unbelievable campaign, unbelievable. How it got through government and then to pay money to a company to develop it, and
And
then
people
put out
people filmed it.
Did
people
did
filmed it.
people start reading?
I got tons of friends.
Or was that like their uncle, and they didn't want to get rid of their uncle?
This one.
Hey, well, people probably got affectionate about their gremlin. Like a gremlin's a lot cuter than being able to read War and Peace. You know what I mean?
I'm so glad you asked because they are also
I think it probably backfired. It probably just massively backfired, and probably the reason half of the UK can't read.
Melrose Mike tips $20. He said, in support of illiteracy in the UK.
That means we have to buy Hilly a book.
You behind me right now.
I like a book.
This shrine behind my
What book would you like?
notably unstepped
Something with pictures, because I can't read. That was the thing. They were saying it in a Geordie accent, and Geordie's like quite a. It goes to low and then high pitch. It's very distinctive. It's like you can't read. Goes low and then high. Very and the fact that they used that on the advert, it's like what? People in Newcastle can't read? What?
just give him a slap.
It's crazy. It's crazy advert. If you just look at 90s adverts, they're unbelievable. Unbelievable. They
Yeah.
just wouldn't pass. They wouldn't pass today. Do you know what I mean?
No, they did a
they
great
just would-
skit on SNL about that. This guy, they had it was Larry
Yeah.
David, and they were like, "Let's look at all these famous commercials you directed," and they were like, the one was like, The best one was where so Larry David's standing there and they're like showing the advert and like, guys, smoking is really bad for your health. Don't smoke. And everyone's thinking, oh, this is going to be a good advertising. And at the end, it's like, smoking is retarded. And everyone's like,
I don't know if he should be like for real quoting.
Everyone's like, and he's like, hey.
Did he really do that for real?
Yeah, they did it on SNL. And Larry David's character was like, at the time, it was okay to say that. Smoking.
Yeah, but I don't know what's that called when a word is used as like a descriptor, and then it gets turned into a slur, and then the word changes to something else. What's that called?
I don't know. I don't know if there's a term for it.
Because that's what I notice happens is you use it to describe something that everyone understands. So and it might be something that's maybe a negative in some way, but but everyone understands what the word means, and then it gets used as a slur, and then they have to change the word. And there must be a term for that where they have to change the language. It's almost like evolve the language. What is that? And I like to always use the correct term for the correct thing in the right context that isn't upsetting anyone. But it's annoying that it keeps changing because bad people were being nasty. Maybe if they just... am I going off on one? Or
No. I that's a good question.
that annoys me. It's like can't we just stick...
I don't think there is a term for words that were fine and now are not. I don't know. Do you know, babe?
Yeah,
No.
that's an interesting concept, though, isn't it? It's like, why?
Enlightenment.
It's not enlightenment.
I think in
It's
some
like
cases the words are okay to be like, okay, we shouldn't use that, and then other cases it's like, well, some people just need to. Someone's chasing me.
Just keep going. We're gonna go to this.
I can't see where I'm going.
You prepare for battle, guys. You're in it now.
Yeah, we're in the shit now.
You are. Hell or high water at this point. Oh, nice, madam, nice. Criticals. That's it. You got him. That's it. Lono's getting the crits as well. That's it. That's what we're talking about. Those ones run away a lot, don't they? I think Lono needs. Madam needs a res. Lono.
No, she's
fine.
good. I
No,
weakened the
you don't
guy. I
know.
weakened the guy in front of her so she could kill him quick.
These ones I
Did
don't
YouTube
like.
chat die, or did we just make everybody uncomfortable because I said the R word?
I told you not to say it.
It was a skit that I was
I
quoting.
know, but you're not supposed to quote for real.
Oh my gosh! Everybody, chill out, chat. It's Friday night. Man, I'm still using the starter gun. I use the starter gun in a lot of the opening areas. We probably should check your loot, babe.
I think maybe they thought he was reading books.
Yeah, I think this just happens on a Friday. After 2 beers, everyone goes, so they laugh and they just get fed up with us.
Super said you're good. Don't be retarded.
Stop. That's terrible.
Man, you can't say that, man. This is 2022.
It's 2022, mate. Can't say that. Can't say that word. You know, you
Oh
wait
my
until.
gosh.
What?
You know that word just literally means to go the long way round.
No one knows what words mean, dude. People only. Everybody speaks in fake virtue.
If you understand what the word means, sometimes it's not as bad as. I'm not saying not in support of any R word. You can't be. But R words.
Which R word do you like?
Well, you had an R anyway. You're in trouble. Just stick to vowels. You can't get in trouble with a vowel because you're like, I had to use it.
I do, mate. Let's see what weapons you got, babe.
My face isn't red anymore. To see.
Yeah, why is it red in the game?
I don't know.
What's red?
Nothing.
Red's dead, baby. Red's dead.
Oh, Pulp Fiction. Except it's Zed.
Zed,
right?
is it?
Yeah, Zed's dead,
Oh,
baby.
am I confusing the film? Yeah, Zed's dead, baby. Zed's dead. Oh, I love Pulp Fiction. When John Travolta drinks that milkshake, oh, that's cinematic beauty, though.
I don't think I've seen that.
You haven't. You wouldn't like it.
Everyone likes Pulp Fiction. Have you seen Snatch? What's it called when we watch? Snatch.
I don't think I've seen that one either.
What film have you seen?
Not those.
What film have you seen?
Name any film that you've seen.
She's not. She's ignoring you.
Name any film. I like all films.
What is that supposed to? Why would you say it so ominously? Did you hear how she said that?
No, I went on
No.
the other side. On the other side.
She said keep laughing. It's like, what? Keep laughing.
Keep laughing. Hey, worry now.
I'm scared. Did I check out the Halo TV show? No, I heard it's as good as the game.
Oh, so people are gonna still watch it?
I heard it's
No,
I heard it's as good as the game.
That good.
Where's the countdown?
I heard like the little.
Yeah, I heard it. I'm seeing stars. I laugh so hard.
Oh my goodness! Just take some breaths.
I'm gonna get one more.
You get one more. You get one more.
Okay. No, yeah, we have to go up here.
Doing pretty well.
I'm telling my future children that the Halo TV series came first. I saw you say that in chat.
That's a shrine piece.
And I replied, I'm just going to tell my children that after my passing, they'll get to play the full Infinite.
Noble bridge standing before you.
When I'm dead, children, you'll be able to play the real game.
I'll be long gone before they make a good Halo. Yeah.
That's right.
You always moan about Star Wars crushing the story arc of Luke Skywalker. What about 343 destroying the nostalgia of the whole IP that I love?
Get in there and clear the place out.
Shut up, mate.
My issue's never the it's not Luke, it's Anakin. They mess up Anakin.
Max out everything.
Get it right, mate.
Get it. Oh, sorry. But, you know, alright, they destroyed a character. 343 are destroying the IP, Lolo. The whole thing.
I put up some kind of a force field that heals us, babe. Did you
It's not
see that?
working, mate. It's not working, mate.
I couldn't really see past it.
Yeah, it was kind of hard to see. Watch out.
Ready to die.
That's it. Good job. Hunt them down. Hunt these skinny men down.
Turn back now and you might survive.
The IP, for goodness sakes. Big Mo says they didn't destroy shit. Cut it out. Wait, Mo, you think the story's good? The TV show's good?
I'm not even talking about. I'm talking about the game.
Oh, you're talking about the game.
Yeah, I'm talking about the game. Like, a TV show's great or whatever. If it's good or bad, it's indifferent. But the game, do you know what I mean? They've released one part of the game, and that's not even complete. The playlists haven't been rejuvenated. The battle pass sucks. Do you know what I mean? I could go on. This is Halo. This should be treated like this. How much money do they spend? 600 billion.
They haven't spent it all. Hopefully, babe.
Hopefully.
Derek's in chat. He said, "Madam throwing underappreciated shade." So they still watch it.
But it's
I
so
know
true,
that, I
right?
know.
You're all like, this game sucks, this TV show sucks, and they're all watching it anyways. And then you watch people watch it. Like- so why put effort when they can just put out like a mediocre game? They can hang out with all their friends at work.
Wait, do you think they put out something shitty on purpose because everyone will talk about it?
Yeah, I think so.
Wait a minute.
And then you guys pay money for them to make it better. Well, if you pay for this upgrade.
Nobody's paying for upgrades to shows, though.
Not yet.
You're onto something, madam. You're onto something.
If you want to see King Halo in the next season, you got to pay some money.
I just want a bloody Halo, not King Halo. I'd take Halo at this stage, madam. Do you know what I mean? I'll take Halo 2.
I think I played that once. I thought the game where we just sat around waiting for airplanes.
Sat waiting for airplanes?
Remember? And it was like so old. It was like so old.
If it's 343, the airplane's never coming.
Never comes.
It never comes.
There is such a crass joke there, and I want to make it, but I can't.
Oh yeah, make it. Go
It's like an old man in a nursing home, never comes.
That's so dumb. It's not even that good. You're laughing like it was real, like it was a good one.
I'm laughing at Madam.
She's making it funnier. She does. She's the best comedic accent ever. She makes my jokes funnier.
He'll say something that's not funny, and then laugh harder at himself.
You gonna be able to get up over there?
I'm fine.
You gonna figure it out?
Yeah.
You think?
Yeah, probably.
Oh, at the last second, you were such a baller. You were such a boss. That was actually legit, babe.
Do you remember, Lono, when they were doing the trailer, though, and they did the big team battle, and they had the Scorpion come in and get the tank drop, and they were like, oh, this is so cool. It really mixes up the fight. And I was thinking, oh, yeah, that's really cool. And then, when you play it, you realise after 5 years, that's all they've got. That is it. Halfway through the fight, we'll drop in the tank.
I think he's crying.
Who's crying?
He is. He's talking about some game he played for 5
Hilly
years.
is not crying.
I laughed.
She said, "Is he crying?"
Crying? I don't burst into tears on the front. British people don't cry. Not unless the Queen dies.
Yeah, he's British. He's allowed to cry once in his lifetime.
I watched.
When a queen dies.
What was that show that I watched? Called The Midwife, and they cried all the
Oh
time.
golly! It's because every episode a
Midwife,
baby
dude.
dies.
Fucking hell.
So
Fucking
heavy.
babies.
Oh, hang on. You need a better shield.
Oh my gosh!
I hit the mic. Hopefully
Hit me in
nobody's
my
deaf.
face.
Are you okay? Okay. We have a 112 right there. What are you laughing? What are you chuckling at, Mama?
Derek saying you watch people watch it.
I mean, it's true.
What we watching? Midwives.
Call the midwife.
Oh, you should watch it.
All right, I gave you a better shield.
I got a theory on midwives. Rather than get midwives, just get goalkeepers. Because you need to be able to catch. That is all that job is.
Oh my god.
How many babies would you say? Thousands.
His name is literally backstab.
That's it. That's it. That's the way.
If you goalkeeper.
We need a goalie.
Look at not look at on a television scale. Look at it on the maths. How many babies did you save? Right.
Somebody get Buffon.
Yeah, Buffon. He never lost a baby in his life.
Hey, Buffon. He's good at blocking the penalty shots, Buffon.
And if you just give him birth and then you look at his face, well, you'll be like, wow. You know, life's worth living.
Life's worth living with this beautiful Italian man.
Oh, Italians are good looking.
My wife is in disbelief of our conversation. You said
I think-
Italian men.
They
I have to
are.
Google him. I don't
He's
think I
talking
know
about us.
what he looks
I thought
like.
you were talking about food.
It's just crumpet. Going back to what we were talking about before.
It's a bit crumpet.
Do you know what I mean? If you were stranded with anyone and you could only pick a nationality, Italian, you couldn't go wrong. Spanish could go wrong.
Anyhoozle, once the shrine is complete, you get the reward all to yourself.
So
There's
we
probably
get
a couple of out.
we get a buff
Sorry.
from that. Go ahead. We get a buff from that. I don't know what it does though.
I think that's a solid bet. If you couldn't choose anything about the person, only their nationality, I think Italian's a good bet nationally, globally. So I think it's a good bet. There might be a stinker, but I think the odds are in your favour. As Hunger Games, the odds may have been in your favour.
It's been
Just
pretty
choose
sedated
Italian.
tonight. The boys are actually behaving. Yeah, we're being good. Although I will say,
Don't worry, those
It-
jerks at the table
are
can't
they,
hear me.
it's 10 o'clock. What are the
Just
kids
us
doing?
down here. Hey, I know I'm the villain,
Jack.
but I still just wanted to wish
Are they
you
even
luck.
in the house? Have they left?
You need luck, right? I mean, you're the
They're here.
maker.
Is your wife Italian? My wife wants to know.
No, she's not. No, she's British.
Oh, she's British.
She's British. She's British. Well, she is. That's not strictly true. She is she's British, but she's got Italian family.
She's British with Italian family, babe.
Her family name is Orlandini.
Her family name is Orlandini. Lono's pretty good at diphthongs. What, 2 vowels that make one sound? What?
Oh, what's a diphthong? We can't even read here, mate. Don't go into the synaptics of it.
A diphthong. A synaptics. That's brain function. You mean semantics.
That's right. You got it. You got it, Lola. I knew you'd get it from what I
I
got.
speak fluent Hilly, so when you said synaptics, I knew what you meant.
You knew what I meant.
Yeah.
That's the beard talking.
That's the B. Synaptics, he means semantics, so we'll be in Barney.
We're being Barney. Look, don't get clever on me, son.
That is such a British thing, right? Don't get clever on me, son.
Yeah, if you get caught out, you just go, don't get clever on me, son. That is your get out. That's your only get out. Don't get clever on me, son.
That's good. That's good. Oh,
Oh, I need a pee-pee.
you do that. The vending machines are here. I'll talk to chat. I need to make sure my weapons are good, chat. Yeah, we're good. I'll make this work. Okay. I'll do the same thing for Madam. Didn't think you were live. Discord chat isn't open. I hit the announcements room. Did we make sure Madam has good weapons? What is this? This is a crossbow. Pistola.
Truly, this world is a wonder. These lands are a beauty.
Oh, the reload's terrible. So is the fire rate. Okay, that one's fine. I can't see anything. There's no, you can't see the actual weapon. Like you know what I'm saying? Look at the stats. That's all you get. What level is it? It's not 113. What do you have to inspect? Level 2. Why doesn't it say that somewhere? It's super inefficient, man. Split screen's rough. It's like they let you do split screen, but they're like, it's not gonna be very good. What is it? What's in here? Okay, she's not doing melee. I know that. What the fudging fuck? 4,000? Does she have enough? She doesn't know.
You alright?
What? What's up, mate?
You just muttering to yourself about 4,000 shingles or something.
You're muttering to yourself.
I didn't know if someone in chat had wound you up or whether it was just thoughts.
Did someone in chat wind you up?
It happens. Not every day, but it happens.
You're losing your grip, mate.
Just hold on, Lono. Keep looking at the light.
That's right.
I do feel for you some days. I must admit, I feel for you some days. You're like, oh, some of this stuff. Some of this shit I gotta read out loud. Yeah, because you know, you can only dodge it so long before you're like, oh, right, yeah. They really want me to talk about this. Okay, here we go.
All right, you sons of bitches. I'll tell you what I think.
I'll tell you what I think about your theory of the New World Order and placebo or whatever it is you want.
I'll tell you what I think, mate. I think we're all on a record, and that record's spinning, and time's like a flat circle. That's what I think.
Yeah, that's what I think. It's a hologram, mate. Oh, that's what it is.
All right. Time is like a flat circle. Have you seen that, True Detective Season 1?
No, not True Detective.
Oh, my gosh.
Oh, no, yeah, with Woody Harrelson and...
Matthew McConaughey.
Oh, I take it all back. I watched that, and I think it's arguably one of the best TV series ever made.
Yeah.
I didn't like Season 2.
Season 1 and 3 are perfect.
I haven't seen 3 yet.
Oh, you gotta watch it. It's so good. It's at 3. It's at Season 1's level.
Is it? Okay, because I started watching Season 2 and I was like, they changed everyone. I was like, this is not the same thing. It had like, Colin Farrell was fat. I was like, I don't want to watch a fat Colin Farrell. I want to see Colin Farrell in his prime. You know what I mean? I want to see that Irishman hunk. I don't want to see
Season 2 is worth it for a scene between Vince Vaughn and Colin Farrell when they're like in this kitchen. But Season 1 and 3 are perfect. Like in Season 1, when Matthew McConaughey cuts the beer can, he's like, "You better start asking the right fucking questions." I'm like, "Oh my gosh!"
For me, and I'm nothing against Woody Harrelson. I think he's a very fine actor, and I think he puts in an absolute tremendous shift every time. I think you know what you're going to get with him. But Matthew McConaughey did that thing where he just done loads of stuff and done his thing and made loads of money. I know that. And then he just suddenly turned around and said, I want to fucking make some... He just turned it up by 10.
Yeah.
For a couple of years. And it was True Detective. So I watched that with him and I went and watched anything he did after that. Because he was so good. I was like, this guy can fucking do it. Do you know what I mean? Not just do it. He can grip you. He's fucking brilliant. Fucking brilliant. And I normally reserve that for British actors. But he's bloody good.
My wife brought the crumpets down. She's got a jam one and a butter one.
Oh, you're in for a good night. Jam in a
it's
crumb.
vegan butter. Does that matter?
Yeah, that's bad. Vegan butter. That's shit. Get rid of that crap. Butter comes from a cow, mate.
You're talking to the mic, babe. Okay.
It's vegan butter and a vegan crumpet. But when I looked up the regular crumpet recipe, there's no eggs in it. No, they're not both for you.
I'm having
Oh,
Oh
one.
my gosh.
Lono, it's not both for you.
I'm having one piece.
Well,
So like, this is my half and that's your half. See?
I know. I literally took a piece.
Do you eat it like a sandwich?
I don't know.
I have no idea. Eugene, I have no idea. It's like a contradiction in terms, isn't it?
No.
Boy, no. Go. Boy,
Boy.
you
Just
are
get the
not
older.
ready.
Not ready, boy.
I told him he wasn't ready. He said, "I am too, you big baby."
He's just like Madam.
Yeah, he's a pistol. He's got a little mouth.
Eugene's mad about the vegan butter.
Eugene
So
says,
am I.
"All right, question time for Madam." Eugene says, "The f is vegan butter? How does that even make sense? It's called vegetable oil."
Yeah.
Well, vegan butter would include no dairy.
Butter is just dairy stuff. It's just churned milk.
Yeah, but milk comes from a cow, and vegans don't want to do. They don't want to have an animal, have its feelings hurt.
Oh yeah, they're like.
Some people don't eat milk because they can't, because they're allergic.
Yeah, right. That has nothing to do with vegan.
Yeah. Vegan's propaganda. These people don't like steak. How can you trust them?
I don't like steak.
What?
All that chewing. It's terrible.
You're cooking it wrong.
I mean, no.
This is good.
She has a
like
thing with
pancake.
meat. So she has a thing with meat. So we get chicken from a local farmer, and she'll make it. And it smells good. The kitchen smells good. I'm like, it smells so great, babe. She's like, yeah, it's a little chickeny.
I mean,
Each
it's real
their
chickeny.
own, I guess.
It's a little chickeny, and so she won't have it. She won't eat any.
What about like sea bass? That's not too. It's not. It's like flaky. It's nice.
No, we don't do fish. I had a bad
It's-
experience with.
It's too far. I don't want it to be like.
Yeah, we don't live on the ocean, so you're getting something that's like,
Yeah, we
sitting
get
in
out.
freezer bag.
Okay. Oh, you're inland, aren't you?
What was the stuff that upset me the one time? I looked green. It was salmon. Salmon messed with me real bad. So we
He
don't
ate
do
the whole
fish.
thing, the whole body,
It
the whole
tasted
thing.
so good.
Salmon's lovely, but yeah, you need to get it fresh or smoked. You get smoked salmon, you'd be alright. If it's smoked, because then it'll preserve.
I'm listening to.
What toot with make what? Mixed. You're the man. You are the man, boy. That's another good one. I have to add that to the list.
What did he say?
He said, "Toot toot McExpress." That's beautiful. That is so creative. Toot toot.
He's on the same level with the British public, I'll tell you. As a collective
McExpress.
group.
No, McExpress is creative because he's taking the word express and he's turning it into McExpress. Oh, that is so brilliant. You know when I knew he was funny? I knew he was funny when he was like 4. And he was in the car and he went, chugga, 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 poo, poo. And I knew. I was like, he is smart.
If he's already doing that at that age, what's he going to be like when he's 20? What's he going to be like when he's 30? Do you know what I mean? He's going to be fucking nailing it.
He's going to be nailing, mate. He's going to be nailing it.
Nailing it. He'll express it better than I just did. Knock-
poo poo, bro.
What was it Americans say? Knocking it out of the park. That's what you say.
He's knocking it out of the park. What would you say? He's smashing it. He's smashing it.
I'm not using that phrase when Madam said.
Why not? What would you? Is it a sexual thing?
It is, of course, it's a sexual thing. It's me we're talking about.
Of course it is.
Of course it is.
Oh, golly. I love that he came down here and he was like, he needed to be covered up, for bedtime.
Yeah. What, like a blanket?
Yeah, you like they have these stuffed animals you can heat up in the microwave and.
Oh yeah, I've got a couple of those. They smell lovely, like lavender when you warm them up.
Yeah. So you do that, and then they go to bed or whatever. And
it's
he was
bullshit.
like,
if they don't want to go to bed, they don't go to bed. It's bullshit.
It is. And he was like, what are you listening to? What are you listening to? He's like, are you listening to Toot Toot Express? just making stuff up, bro.
Yeah. Just off the cuff, funny kids. I must admit, the stuff kids come out with is so unique and off the wall. Some of the stuff my kids come out with, I'm just you can't say that, girl.
That's right. You can't say that. What do you got? Oh, my wife's bringing all kind of snacks down.
Oh,
This
here
is
we
great.
go.
I'm gonna use. We're at like a huge interlude here, chat. We are sorry. I'm gonna grab a drink and use the restroom.
We're not really sorry. We're gonna eat.
That's right. I'll be right back.
Hey, these are so good.
They're actually very good. They're good crumpets.
Okay. I can't hear you. Breakfast sandwich.
Oh, breakfast sandwich.
Right? It's like a.
Someday, I'll marry a beautiful prince or princess, doesn't matter which, and I'll be a benevolent leader, beloved by all, with a castle and everything. Eyes on the prize, friend. Eyes on the prize.
He's not saying anything.
You guys are supposed to be talking or something.
He didn't say anything.
Oh my gosh.
Who, me?
He just sat there breathing into it.
You guys didn't say a thing?
Mm-mm.
Just dead air.
He didn't want to talk to me.
That's ridiculous.
Who? No one said anything to me. Did I miss the battle?
Did I miss the battle?
I didn't know it was about. I'm not talking to Madam one-on-one when you're not there. She'll make mincemeat of me.
She will, mate.
I wouldn't do that to him.
I'm not qualified.
I'm not qualified.
I
That's
don't want to
good.
make people cry.
I give my kids
I
like,
won't cry, but I'll mute.
I'll mute.
I'll be like, damn, this is too hot to handle. Mute.
Yeah. Kataro or whatever his name is, Eugene. Yeah, Katalo maybe. Katalo? He's like my favorite character.
Rise the mighty walls of the Great
Who's your favorite character?
Talk about typecasting. The guy guy who voice acts in Sekiro. He voice acts the guy in Horizon Forbidden West.
Oh, okay.
Talk about typecasting. Yeah, he keeps losing his arm.
What's going on then? What's going on?
Am I
Let's
supposed
get
to be
involved.
shooting those people or what?
No, we go down over here.
You're just gonna leave these like this?
You can open them. I said goodnight to the kids.
Skeleton land on the beach. Unloading evil
Are you telling us a
cargo
story or are you just telling us
I
what
missed
you
the
did?
wall. I missed the wall. Yeah, I did.
I'll tell you the story.
What story?
I
So
think he's trying to tell us it now.
I went up and gave the kids hugs and kisses, you know. And
Yeah.
my son was like trying to roughhouse. I was like, no, bud, no, just give me a hug, goodnight. And he's like, okay. He's like, come here. He's like, let me whisper something to you. I'm like, okay.
dear.
He's like, Toot Express. Very
Is it-
proud.
Very pretty because you acknowledged it was funny. That
Yeah.
He's been saying it all day and I said he wasn't allowed to. So, I'm so glad
Oh.
you...
You said he's been saying Toot Express all day.
All day.
You,
That's
you
been
did-
his answer for everything, and he like looked to see if we laughed, and nobody was laughing.
You didn't tell him that it was smart, it was brilliant.
No, I said it wasn't very nice.
you've just undermined Madam's discipline all day.
I didn't know that was what happened.
I didn't have time to tell you.
Well, here we are.
So now he's gonna just always say it.
Oh dear. Oh dear. Oh.
Oh dear.
Well,
Can't
well
shoot
done.
this guy with
Lona,
a
well
scar?
done.
Gandalf's like...
Can you get him? Wait, are you you got it. You got it.
What's going on? Have you got a magic bow, Lona? That's awesome.
Yeah, I do. Babe, if you stay in this thing, it'll heal you. Oh, it's gone. Just kidding.
Madam's taking care of Skellyman. Nice.
Such power, yet
Yeah,
I
too.
cannot rest.
No, we both leveled up, I think. Did that roll cost him an arm and a leg?
Is that like a joke?
Well, he loses an arm in the game. If you back up, I got a healing thing.
Where?
It's gone.
Oh, nice, Madam.
Mm. Thanks.
In the face. Wasn't it? Oh, that Skellyman. Are they freezing you when they do that? What's that, Lona, where you get the glove out? What's that doing?
I think it puts his shield down that helps us.
Okay.
I think. I don't even know.
It doesn't matter. It's just fun, isn't it, Borderlands?
Doesn't matter.
Yeah.
It's just fun, mate.
It's just fun. Here's a game that you can just pick up and have a go. Okay, it's just have fun.
Unless of
Oh,
course
yeah.
the the servers aren't working.
Oh no! Don't draw me on that. Don't draw me.
Yeah.
Don't draw me on that. 55 fucking quid and can't even fucking boot up a server. Jesus. I don't know.
Yeah. Do it.
Is it so much fun?
Buy it 3 times.
Be it 3 times. That was your first mistake. Pre-order it on Steam. I knew there'd be problems if you can't pre-order it on Steam. Really? Not ready to go, is it? Not ready. I bet they even said to Epic, "Oh, you could have it early," and Epic are like, "We're getting it early." No, you're getting it when it's not working.
Though his armor is scarred by 100 battles, his honor is untarnished. It's
Gee whiz. Where's my vape gone? I need my vape. Oh, where have you got to? Paddling Mike? Who's Mike?
Paladin Mike.
Sounds like a douchebag. Oh, he definitely is. Shoot him. Madam, shoot him. Stop
I
looting
don't
up and
think you're
shoot
allowed
him.
to.
Shoot, you can. I'll give you permission.
No.
That's it. Chop him down.
Oh, but look at his cute little shoulder pads.
It does have good. His shoulder pads. To be fair,
Look at his little eyes. He said, "Let me out. I'm trapped."
it looks like a demon dies.
All right.
I agreed
but
on the shoulder pads.
10 to 1, Hilly. Do you think Madam's gonna like his voice or hate his voice?
Oh, sad.
Do you think you're gonna like his voice, babe?
No, because you said something.
No, no, you don't know. You might
Probably
think he's
not.
cute and adorable.
Probably not.
I'll go with Madam. Probably not. I'll say definitely not.
I saw you fighting the undead on the beach. Glad I'm not the only one giving these bony pricks a hard time.
Of course, fellow champion, but I was under the impression most paladins spoke with gravitas.
Do I bloody look like I've got time for manners lessons?
Is he gonna start like yelling?
Beast and undead. They came out of nowhere.
We
'Cause
are
it's
I
not-
was right.
none
it's
other
not, like,
than the Dragon Lord himself.
Noticeably
I have borne witness to his escape.
The dragon
annoying, or
Lord. Bollocks, we'll have to deal with him later.
I don't
Right
know if
now,
I would
we
bring
have
it
to
up in
break the
conversation.
siege. The undead have catapults, lobbing skeletons over.
So now you're
Oh,
making.
yeah.
She's taking a dig at me. She's taking a dig at me.
I mean, it's not growling
I know you like
What's the matter with growling?
Can you make it
and like yelling.
Wait until, babe. Wait
Is he
until.
gonna like?
Yeah, right. Here, take this, Banter C4. I'll help the villagers get to safety. Fight through the siege fields and use that Fantasy 4 to blow the catapults to Kingdom Bloody Come.
Is he British?
You know,
It's a kingdom
I
bloody
don't-
come.
Were you expecting him to be singing or something? Because I'm not really understanding why you would have brought it up.
I just thought you were gonna hate it.
wasn't
I
like-
thought you were gonna hate his voice.
I mean,
I really miss
I
this
feel like
part.
I've not liked
Been too
characters who
long
like
since I conquered anything. After a few centuries, you just
when we would
get
play
that
and she would just
conquering
yell
itch,
out.
you know?
Oh, who was that you
I
played
don't know, and
as?
she just was always just yelling.
If she got on
What about
fire,
in-
she was like,
Yeah.
What about in Diablo Kane? Stay a while and listen.
Stay a while and listen.
I mean, that's kind of grandpa-ish, right? No.
Yeah.
Roderick Hugh will help us defeat
Like,
Diablo.
if your grandpa was like Gandalf or something.
Mephisto is one of the darkest men of the underworld.
To be fair, after about 15,000 runs on Diablo 3, I want to kill him.
I don't know if I've played it that many times.
I like when you rescue him, you're like, Deckard Cain!
When he
Fine.
dies, I cheer. I cheer.
You cheer.
Yeah.
Oh, I am old and needing to go to the other side of eternity.
What? That's not what he says.
Uh-oh, Skellyman's
I'm
appeared
so
as a
old, I
metaphor.
cannot get it up anymore.
I am so ancient and old and decrepit, I need Viagra just to stand up straight.
I shall uphold my oath.
Yeah, and then you find out he's like 62 or something. He's not very far
Yeah.
from
62. He's
Not
probably like
good.
300.
not far from
No,
you.
he's in the dark ages. 34 was a good age. Because that healer, he's got red potion for whatever it is. There's no antibiotics, is there? It's a red potion. That's all he's got. One potion for all ills. Slash wound, red potion.
Red potion. Drink it up.
Oh, and then if you're really messed up, he tries the yellow. That's it. That's what the options in Diablo is: red or yellow. That is it. That is healthcare in Diablo. Great. And you guys moan about insurance.
That's why Canada flag. That's why Canada's flag is red.
Yeah, they don't believe in rejuvenation potions in Diablo. You should start a Twitter campaign.
I don't know if that's
That's not accurate. is
accurate.
it?
Yeah, I don't know.
Come to Canada. We'll tell you what pronouns to use, but we got free health
Stop.
care.
That's terrible.
Stop it, Lono. Stop it.
Are you joining her side?
I'm just gonna give you a little
Yeah.
pinch underneath the seat.
Yeah. I got my pronouns right in this game, even though I couldn't play it.
We can't see your character.
I know.
Where did your character go?
The interest on YouTube isn't there either. We can't do this again. That's so sad.
Yeah, I feel like this game. It's just this type of game. Like
I think we'll get me, you, Mike, and Madam playing a game. I think it'd be good.
Yeah, we just need a game that people want to watch. I mean, we could do Elden Ring, and you and Madam could just...
sit and watch you.
Just give me-
Wow, that sounds like a fun time.
Oh, gosh.
I can play it now. I'm into it. I'm 28 hours
We
in.
go to co-op. We get invaded and bitch about PvP.
To be fair, I think that is a little bit overblown because I've been doing it with my boy Dave. We've been playing and I've been invaded about 20 times, and to be honest, admittedly, they are people that are geared up for it and we're not, we're just playing, but you do the fight and then you just carry on. Do you know what I mean? It doesn't really stop it. It kind of works. It doesn't matter. You get some Uber guy comes in. Sometimes you can fight him off, sometimes you can't, and then you just carry on. It's not like Sea of Thieves where it's like, ruins it. It's just you just have that fight and then you carry on.
Yeah, Sea of Thieves, they ruin your whole night.
It ruins your whole night. In Dark
Did you
Souls,
tell them
it
about the
doesn't.
time we played and our boat caught on fire? Nobody was even trying to take it. It just caught on fire from like a volcano nearby or something.
Yeah, or the lightning. That game is so jacked up. It's so...
And it was like, oh, I guess we're starting over.
Yeah, it's like, it's 3 hours down the drain. Whereas with Elden Ring, you lose 10 minutes. Who cares? But yeah, Sea of Thieves. Sea of Thieves is an absolute joke. It's just the whole game's geared towards griefing. You don't gear your whole game towards griefing.
Well, it's not even that it's geared towards griefing. It's like, hey, welcome to Sea of Thieves. It's, you're not getting anything done.
Yeah. Hey, you're gonna spend 3 hours and maybe your boat's on being hit by lightning on fire. You've been 5 minutes into the game.
Oh, they gave
Your
us a
first-
bucket. We tried to put it out with like a bucket with a hole in it.
Yeah.
Well,
yeah.
it was like the game was rigged against us, because as soon as we had everything done, that's when it happened.
Yeah, it was like we were just about to be done.
I literally said,
Yeah.
"All right, let's get on the boat and go back," and they lit the boat on fire.
Yeah, and then like, a shark come and then a raccoon. It's just a joke. I think it could be fun, but they need to massively tweak it.
Barrier says, "Oh, madam, we heard about it as much as comedians in cars." Oh, come on, Barrier, you cheeky bitch.
That's not very nice.
Oh, he likes it.
What are we supposed to be doing here?
You gotta get
Shooting stuff.
get in
shoot
this
stuff.
get in this bucket with me.
How?
Climb
That's
up
it.
here.
Oh,
Act
dang.
like you know how to
Okay.
play a video game.
Well, I don't get to play very much because somebody's always.
Oh
playing.
yeah, I'm always hogging the controllers. Look at you wearing. Look at that clown outfit you're wearing. And here we go.
There you go, boys.
I kind of like it. I think striped pants are in.
They're not.
What?
Pinstripe when in the 90s.
The 90s are back.
No, they're not. Just because Tommy Hilfiger spotted.
Jean jackets, overalls.
It's true, actually. You're not
See?
wrong.
Backstreet Boys
They
are on
look-
tour.
The thing is, they're all overpaying the stuff that I've got in the closet. That's it.
I just think
That's
we need to go
scary.
back to the Hammer Time pants.
No.
I think that's before my time, so I don't know what that is. Like.
Come on, parachute pants. Let's go.
Those are before my time.
No.
How do you get
Ever
up
since
there?
I found Levi's jeans, I've never touched anything else. That's the only thing Americans got right was cowboy jeans.
You call them cowboy jeans. We
I
just
don't-
call them jeans.
Well, maybe there's like a
cowboy.
specific look, like a specific thing.
Yeah. Get the 501s. That's it. Everything else is crap.
Well, those are back. If you can find them.
Are you fighting anything? What's happening?
Just shooting skelly men.
What is all this talking? It's worse than reading.
Some people like it, and it pays the
But
bills for some
audible.
others. Hey, can I do this? Thanks.
Yeah.
You didn't say, so I just did it.
Can you believe the aggression right now? This aggression will not stand, man.
That rug really tied the room together.
It did. It really tied the room together. Clearly, you've never been golfing. Is that what he says? Did I get it right?
Yeah, he's like, clearly you're not a golfer.
Yeah, clearly not a golfer.
What's that from?
Big Lebowski.
The Big Lebowski.
I don't think I've seen that either.
You wouldn't
Oh,
like
you-
it.
Everyone likes the Big Lebowski.
You say that about every movie you've seen. Everyone likes it.
No, don't say. No, the Big Lebowski everyone would like. It's got Julianne Moore, and she
I don't think I know who that is. Someone got me.
Julianne Moore. Have you seen Hannibal?
Oh, I have not seen that one.
Where else has Julianne Moore been in?
Someone got me. Gotta come get me.
I'm doing the best I can, babe.
You're not
I'm
doing very good.
I'm
I'm dying
myself,
for real.
I myself am going down. Yeah, it's fine.
Come on, Lono.
I'm doing the best I can. I made a bad decision with this sniper rifle. I don't have a good weapon as my secondary.
What about your first one?
There's a badass here.
I found some unopened ones. You're good, right?
Okay.
I'll make it, but it's gonna be a slog. What's that? No. What is that? No. What is that? No. What is that? No. Come on! I gotta put this sniper rifle. I have two weapons and it's not working. Come on, right here, right here.
How did you meet your sexy friend Andrew then?
Oh my golly.
I'm gonna have to look him up.
So.
What did you call him? His biscuit?
What did you call him?
His honey
Sexy
biscuit.
friend. Honey biscuit. That's good. That works. Honey biscuit.
Honey biscuit.
Isn't that what you called him?
I don't think that's what he called him.
Yeah, you called him something like that.
It was a while ago. I probably forgot. No, I called him something like.
It was something like that.
Yeah, it was on that theme. I'm not going to deny it.
Anyway.
Do you think he's cute, Mother?
Oh,
I have to look him up. I don't think I know what he looks like.
I always thought he was pretty dope looking, and that was back when he had
I-
hair, and then he went for the bald look.
You mean he's
And I think that
balding.
works with no, but for a death metal band, do you know what I mean? That's the way it's going. If you do all that perming shit with the long hair, this is the way it's going.
Where did you go?
I'm coming back.
So Lona, where did you meet Sexy Bums? Sexy Bums.
Sexy bums.
He's been to his concert like 100 times. It was bound to happen.
Yeah, I'd been to his
Only
concert.
11, man. Don't exaggerate. It was
Yes,
11.
it was 11, and yeah, then I saw ABR 13 times, so they won.
Did you
It's
say that to him? You didn't.
that. Why'd you tell
You're
him-
not the
tell
number
him
one
that?
to me, but you're here, so it's fine.
He's not vain like that. He took it as a compliment. It's like, you were literally the band I saw the most until ABR.
Until
He's not
someone
vain
else
like that.
replaced
He's a
you.
lead singer, Lono. Of course he's vain like that. He's a lead singer.
Are you both lecturing me right now?
Yes. Deal with it. We're not annoying you like chat was. Come on. We're going to get a death metal.
What do you
No,
do?
but where did you meet Sexy Bum?
So there's another band called Norma Jean. Funny enough, Madam actually wears one of their T-shirts regularly.
It was one of your old ones that don't fit you anymore.
It's one of my. Why would you have to include that information though?
I didn't want them to think I stole it.
But
Yeah, valuable information.
Yeah.
so like back when I wore band T-shirts like that, I wore a small, and now I wear a medium because I'm not quite as thin as I used to be. You know, I'm a little bit more. You know.
A little bit more, yes, we know.
Oh my gosh.
It's
You're
all
a
right.
full figure.
Yeah, I
It's
have.
all right.
There's more to me than there used to be.
That's right. I wear 2XL, so don't worry. You're on comfortable ground.
Did you hear that? Did you hear how she laughed about that? What? Why was that the laugh?
Because I'm tall.
Yeah, whatever. Anyway, so Norma Jean is a great band. Okay, Memphis Will Be Laid to Waste. You know, just great music. And the lead singer for Norma Jean actually hangs out in the stream.
Yeah.
Orphan Twin is his name.
Oh yeah, I've seen him. Yeah.
And after I got quote unquote canceled,
You didn't know, did you? Really?
I mean, I'm still here. I
Exactly.
think I pull more viewership than they do if I'm sleeping. Anyway,
You want to do a sleep stream?
so I was telling a story basically, and I was like, I was talking about how this amazing album was like helping me kind of get through everything, and it was this album called Songs to Burn Your Bridges By.
Yeah, I remember you talking about it.
Right. And so I said, this amazing time where we went and saw them, I was like, there was this moment where the lead singer was like, this is the welcome to the main event, is what he said. And I was like, it was just, there was something about it, like the hubris and the arrogance to be like, we're the main event. Yeah. I loved it. There was something pure and honest about it. And
you feel that,
That's
wouldn't
the
you?
guy you told you haven't seen him as many as you told someone else. That's the guy you told it to?
yeah.
Okay, just checking. So you told the guy of the main event that you hadn't seen him as much as someone else's band. I just want to make sure my story's straight.
Yeah, you've got it. You have all of the facts, ma'am. And anyway.
It's Madam, but whatever.
Oh God. Oh. Okay, so anyway, I tell this story on stream. I was like, it was hilarious. It was awesome. I love this band. Their album is like getting me through this hard part in my life, right? This raw vengeance album of like, we caught you plotting murder and now the tide is turning. You know, we'll light our bones and we'll light our souls and heat our bones upon your empire burning, right?
Yeah.
Because eventually their empire is going to burn and I'm going to sit next to it like a bonfire. But great album, great stuff. And I'm telling this story and the guy in chat from Norma Jean is like, oh my gosh. He was like, I have to tell Andrew about this. I was like, wait. I was like, you're friends with Andrew Schwab? He was like, yeah, I'm going to tell him this story that you were at that concert and you thought it was so amazing. And I think it's a scam. I think there's no way that...
Yeah, because, you would. You get that every day, don't you? With
Yeah.
Shit.
What are the odds that you just happen to know the lead singer of the band that I'm talking about at this moment?
I know Elton John. I'll get him to phone you.
Yeah, I know Sir Elton, and he'll tell you, you're a right good chap. And I was like, yeah, okay, whatever, Tiny Dancer.
Rocket Man.
Yeah, Rocket Man burning out his fuse up here alone. And so I was like, okay, go ahead. And so he messaged me on Twitter, and I was like, this isn't real. Because you have to think, from my perspective, this is a band I went to as a high schooler and, like, almost worshipped these guys. I thought Andrew Schwab was, like, the coolest guy ever. I was like, oh, my gosh, he's so intense. And so I finally get on a call with him because he heard my story about getting canceled, and he, like, wanted to encourage me. Like, he literally reached out to just be nice, to be like, yo, bro.
Just to say, stick with it.
Yeah, stick with it. This seems like you got dealt a pretty bad hand. And after we had this conversation, he was like, I want to have you on my podcast. And I was like, oh my gosh. I was like, okay.
You weren't getting a lot of offers like that at the time either. That was what's nice about it.
You're not at all.
0. That was the first one.
That's character. In England, we call that character. You see through it, the shit.
Veneer. No, that was the right word.
Yeah, you see through the veneer, and that's character. He's got character. Like, whether I agree with him or not, and I probably don't, but that's character. It's like, well, I don't care. I want to speak to the person that's on the other end of this barrage. And he wouldn't have had any of the facts to hand. That's character.
Well, I think he watched the Upper Echelon video.
That was a good video.
Yeah, and
I don't always agree with that, but
yeah,
I thought he did a good take.
Right. And I think Andrew was like, oh my gosh, like this guy just had his entire life ruined over like...
Trending in North America over what is essentially...
Over nothing. Over like,
over
oh my gosh.
Yeah,
over a tittle tattle, right? Over high school nothing. And so he reached out, and after we had that conversation, he was like, yo, I want to have you on my podcast. And after I was on his podcast, he was like, What
was that like the first time you went on there? Were you nervous?
It was surreal. Like, just talking to him the first time was surreal, because I saw him in all these concerts, and I thought...
And then he was different,
yeah, this guy's so intense. And he was like so normal and down to earth, and like had kids, and he kind of laughed and had like a real exuberant laugh, which I didn't expect. I expected
it does have a nice laugh. I must admit, he's quite charming, and it doesn't strike me as a lead singer of a metal band. I get why he was perplexed by it.
Yeah. There's no intensity when you talk to him. There's just like a nice guy.
Today he was just like. Carry on, sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt.
No. And so, like, it was definitely surreal. It was like, what is happening? I'm literally talking to a guy in a band that, like, I grew up, almost worshiping. These
bands
guys are amazing.
At that age, they have that effect, don't they?
Yeah, we went to every show, and
you went to shows like in your adulthood, not just your...
Yeah, I have a picture of him like singing, and he's like holding the microphone, and he like looked at my camera, and that was back when you had to get like film developed. And I remember freaking out when I got the film developed, and I was like, oh, he looked at the camera for this picture, like he looked into the camera, and it was like really special. And so when he had me on his podcast, I was like, this is surreal, And unfortunately, back then, I was kind of still in the mire of everything. It was like he wanted to, we were talking about everything that happened. I hadn't really fully climbed out of the swamp yet.
Yeah.
Like when I was first on Gothic's podcast.
Have you now, without getting too personal?
What's that?
Have you now?
Have I now what?
Got through the
mire.
mire.
Out of the mire.
Oh yeah, I mean I'm all the way out. The swamp is a distant memory. Like we're in the sunshine now, mate.
Okay. I meant that genuinely. I don't like to presume.
No, and you and I have had some kind of serious conversation. Like, we stopped playing Mass Effect the one night, just talked about being like a dad and like what it's like and how kids change you.
Yeah.
And so, yeah, I mean that I said on the most recent podcast with him that, like, I don't know if Madam knew that I said this. I think people underestimated me and my wife as a pair.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It was like, we'll cancel this guy, he'll disappear, and it's like, with respect, you have no idea what you're attempting to do.
But don't you think to some degree they thought, okay, we'll do all this and then she'll leave?
Yeah.
And we hope for that she takes the family.
Yeah, I think they did. I think people thought they were going to destroy the fam.
I always thought that was weird that they would presume what would happen.
Or even hope for that. Like, why would you want to destroy a family?
Yeah. Let's break a family and celebrate that. That was weird.
Yeah, that's well, but I think what that does is it shows, like, look at the people that reached out to, like, make sure I was okay. Guys like 30 and So Gaming, or like other members of the community, like, dude, are you okay? Like, is everything all right? Like, that shows the kind of person that they are. So a person that desires the opposite, like somebody that desires destruction, it's like, well, you have murder in your heart. Like, that's the kind of person that you are. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it does. I hadn't thought. I'd only because I'd followed you, and I was only following you when this all kicked off. If I was honest.
Really?
Well, I'd been in your Twitch and I'd asked a couple of things, but just purely, when you're just playing a game and following someone that knows what they're talking about, and I wasn't deep in your community at that stage.
Mm-hmm.
And I knew I liked you. I know who I like. And then I remember, and the only thing I don't feel bad for not reaching out because we weren't at that stage of a relationship.
Sure.
If that makes sense. But I didn't say anything. And I did go into all the other people's things when they were booting up, and it was like when it was all hitting, I was like, okay, you were just sort of maybe the odd thing of like, oh, sorry this has happened, or sorry you feel that way, but I wasn't like that. It was all sort of supportive, and then it was like, hang on a minute, this is weird.
It's like something out of a movie.
Yeah, it was almost like to be wrapped up in something there, and I was like, it's weird. And then it was like, I was seeing odd comments from people like who were initially like, oh, I'd followed a couple of people that had put in sort of points that seemed really negative, but seemed to have information, and then they were like, no, this doesn't sit right, and then quickly after that I thought, hang on, no, it's rubbish. When you just got a bad vibe,
right?
No, it doesn't sit right. And I thought, oh, and then I didn't see your Twitch thing where you gone on and tried to sort of boot.
Yeah.
And I'd followed you initially from YouTube. I didn't know you as a Twitch guy. I hadn't used Twitch. It was you drawn me into Twitch.
Oh, right. Yeah, because I would put everything over on YouTube. Yep.
On YouTube, I was like an old guy that would play this. Don't say I used to play that game. And I'd go onto YouTube and type in whatever it is I was looking for, and then that's how I found you. You know the story.
Yeah.
With that, I'm an old guy. I'm playing that game, and I'm typing stuff into YouTube, and you watch about 3 or 4 people, and then eventually you end up on you because you were the best at that, doing that thing.
Yeah.
And then when you sort of come to YouTube, I was like, okay, I'll find out what's going on, and it was weird. It was weird. what's the word? Not invested. Just
Let me know if there's anything
the
else I
right
can
thing.
do.
Because I,
Mentor figures I can
you know, as
build.
time goes on, I
I'm
think I
all
was. I'd subbed you on Twitch with my Prime
Mm-hmm.
because I wasn't watching anyone else. Does that make sense?
No, yeah, a lot of people do that.
Because you sucked me in through YouTube. I liked your YouTube stuff. And then eventually you want to catch it live, don't you? Because you want to ask something maybe one of the days. Because I wasn't like a burning desire at that stage. Not like some days today where I'm like, oh, I want to hear what Lotus got to say on this shit. And then all that is crazy from an outsider's perspective. It was crazy.
Well, it's
been-
funny how a lot of people say a similar story to you. It's like at first they were like, "Oh my gosh, this is nuts," and then they looked and they were like, "Something's not right." Like just their sixth sense was that something is off here.
It did from even the moment it hit, I was like, it didn't sound right. It didn't. I don't. Sorry, I shouldn't have gone down that road tonight.
No, it's all right. It's all right.
But was weird. It was weird.
Well,
It's
I
never
mean,
sat right.
back to your original question though, like, have I climbed out of the swamp? Right? Like, because I mean,
Yeah.
to be honest,
Sorry, it was like how
One like that. Ooh, look going on.
Sorry, I was coughing on my beard then. It was like, it's been a bit of time since you sort of draw a line under it all.
Yeah, I honestly think letting go of everything in December and saying like, all right, new year, let's take this new direction. You know, we tried everything with split screen. And I think that was actually really important that we did that because it was like, I think it taught us a lot of lessons about
Yeah.
like what can we do, what can't we do, like where am I with content creation. But when we did that, there was this sort of clear indication of like we're shifting sharply away from this being a centrality.
Yeah. 100%.
So like it gets mentioned now, but it's like it's more tangential. It's like, yeah, I mean that's something that happened, but it doesn't really define me. It's not really a thing anymore. It's
kind of now in the past, isn't it?
yeah. It's
And
in
it
the
could
past.
never be at the time.
No, at the time it was such a. I mean, that's what trauma does. Trauma becomes this cyclone. Like everything in your life kind of gets sucked into the cyclone and gets sort of affected by it, and then eventually the cyclone calms and you get distance.
Yeah.
And I feel like that's where we are now. It's like we have so much distance from it that we're actually able to just sort of. We live our lives now. Like there's laughter in the home. Like I'm laughing at my kids, and there's mirth and there's joy and there's happiness, and there's not this sort of shadow over everything that we're doing. Like we're rebuilding and it's frustrating at times. I'm like, man, this is tough. You know, it stinks that we're not over on Purple making that easy money because the money was just nosebleed crazy.
Yeah, I think the money side of it would, because I get it. You can bring warmth and happiness back, and once you put that bag of bricks down,
Yeah.
you could do that at any stage emotionally, couldn't you? Once you've made that decision, but the impact financially is you're going to always calculate that. And
Yeah, I mean you're talking million. I mean, to be fair and to be just totally transparent, we're talking millions of dollars. You're talking, you know, six
A
figures
projection, yeah.
that was. We were making six figures in 2019. 2020 we made six figures in 6 months. Like I mean, you're talking about a compounding figure that would have just continued to grow. And so, but when you realize that money is not everything, and financial stability is not everything, and like actually feeling whole as a person and happy and sort of satisfied with your trajectory. Like when that is more important, when you have an identity outside yourself and a higher power and something that defines you and your identity more than, oh, I'm a streamer. It's more stabilizing. right? And it's more fulfilling, truly. Like what we're doing right now with gaming and radio is so much more fulfilling. Like there's a sense of purpose, there's a sense of realness. I have to thank Sigma. Is that John? Your name was you were one of my mods, were you not? I've had a few beers, so forgive me. But John with a $50 tip. Glad to see you're doing well. Hope the family's well. Thank you, Sigma. I feel like you had two usernames, and your mod username was John. Go ahead, Hilly.
Not to cause a row or rift. I disagree with you partly there.
Oh, how's that?
I know I like what you're doing with Reforge, and I think that's great. And I understand you're bringing your faith and all the different bits and pieces into it. And that show is 100% spot on. That is the direction for that channel. I would not disagree with that at all. But you did all that. No one else did it. You did it. You, Lono, did that.
Right.
You did it. I don't think there's a higher power. I think you did it. I know I'm not. Do you know what I mean? I'm not of the faith or anything like that. But I think you deserve a pat on the back and a clap. I think you did it, and I think everything you do is you.
Well,
It's you.
No, and I think that's
you.
fair. I think that's fair to an extent, because even those of us that believe in like a supernatural power and a supernatural existence would say that I did it. I did the work, right?
Yeah, you did.
But
you achieved it all, my man.
But when everything was stripped away, okay, when you have to imagine how destabilizing that is to have like a 6-figure income ripped from your hands and
unimaginable. And I don't think enough people understand how unimaginable that is.
Right, you're looking at this home that you bought for your family, and you're looking at your 2 children, your wife. You're thinking, what are we going to do? Are we literally going to have to start packing this up? Are we going to have to sell this house and move? It would be heartbreaking. It would be devastating to my children. You know,
unimaginable.
Yeah, like pain and a memory that you can't really erase. And thankfully that my children were totally sheltered from all this, because we were able to keep the home and stabilize. But
so they have no idea.
No, they have no idea. I think that we would obviously tell them when they're older and can internalize it and process it properly. But I think that the fact of the matter is, you saw the result, right? You saw me push on, work, and push through and continue. But the reality is in the wake of this, there was this weird unspoken bedrock beneath me. I got carried through this by something else. There was a thing, a power, a person that picked me up and said, you will make it through this. You'll be sustained through this. And the thing is that when you go through something like this, a lot of the times when I was sort of walking through this, there was this imagery that I had from this guy I was listening to. You know, he's a preacher, and he was talking about that a forge, the word forge, is a fire that is refining, right? And it strips away impurities, and it makes you stronger. And that stuck with me throughout the entire time, which, funny enough, that's where the word and brand Reforge comes from. The idea of being reforged, like being remade into something new. So the brand has been made new. I've been made new. You know, the content's been made new, to be fair.
It has. It's been the best content you put out.
And that, that's more satisfying than a 6-figure income to me, to make something that feels genuine, authentic.
I wish it would hit like that, though.
Well, and here's the thing. No, we're not crying. My wife's like, oh my gosh, are you crying? She came back. She put the kids to bed. It can always get there. Like, we're building something that's scalable.
Yeah.
Like, Creature has been instrumental. What we're building, I mean, he's managing channels for me.
What rock did he climb out of to save the day? Unbelievable.
Yeah. He kind of came out of left field, and he was like, listen, you need to get back to work. You know, just that mentality. Sometimes you need that person in your life to be like, yo, bro, pick up and go.
Do you think that was divine that happened? Someone whispered in his ear and said, "Help this guy," or whether he just did it.
I mean, I would,
Is it-
yeah. From my perspective, it would be providential. Yes, it would be something that was intended to happen. Yeah.
Okay.
The story's interesting.
d-
He was on his couch and he was talking to his wife and he said, "I wish I could help this guy." And she's like, "Well, why don't you?"
Fuck me. Wives always know. Wives always know.
That's right. They do. They do. They're so wise. That's me. Sigma, John. I mean, first and foremost, John, thank you for the $50 tip, and secondly, obviously, miss you and miss those times and miss that era, but there's a future in front of us, you know. So I appreciate you're here, John. Well, Sigma, whatever I'm supposed to call you.
Probably Sigma.
And yeah, you know what I'm gonna do?
Go to the bathroom.
I'm gonna grab the last drink of the night. We're gonna finish this mission on a high note. So, Hilly, Madam's down here. Hilly, ask her questions. I'm sure you got questions
I'll
for
ask
her.
her.
Yeah, ask her.
So, Madam,
Yes. He's listening.
I'm not. He's just, I'm not religious. I just think these are good people that came together to. I think you rebuilt Lono. I think Lono rebuilt Lono, and he thinks it's divine, and I think that's robbing himself of what he did and what other people did. Am I wrong?
You know, I think you can give credit to where credit's due. I think we have responsibility. But that I think it's okay to say that maybe there's something that's orchestrating our part in the bigger picture. I think all those things can be true at the same time.
But why? I know he was making odd choices, but why would a divine? You know, he's doing everything right. He's putting out good stuff. He's trying to bring joy to people. Why would that happen to him? Why would the lies flourish?
I mean, I don't know if he was flourishing as a person before all the stuff happened, before, I guess, the cancel.
Yeah.
So, like, maybe business-wise, he was... Oh, something is happening. Business-wise, he was...
So it's all kicking. That's why he chucked you in the deep end. You got to... Oh, he's left you to die.
But I don't think he was flourishing as a person, so, you know...
Do you think this was needed?
Yeah, I think he likes the dramatic. I think he needs dramatic. You know, some people need different things, and to get your attention, sometimes you need someone to say, hey, and other times you need your life to kind of...
It was so dramatic. Over dramatic.
Yeah.
Maybe. I just feel it was almost to the point of persecuted for just existing. It wasn't even like at points people weren't even calling for him to be allowed to exist.
Yeah, I mean, I think you see a lot of broken people, and when they're publicized, you can see that kind of brokenness at a higher level. And when you, like, make someone not a person, so they decided he wasn't a person, I'm not a person, you know, his family needs to leave, but he was so bad that he should not exist, but not bad enough that they, like, people are reaching out to me to tell me that he's this bad person. Like, nobody reached out.
Yeah, that was...
Like, it's like, if you really truly thought he was that bad, shouldn't you have reached out and said, hey, like, you obviously don't know. Like, hey.
So did anyone offer you a refuge place to stay? If they thought it was that real... I know it's not.
I mean, nobody reached out to me at all. Anybody I had, like, contacted with or, you know, would consider, like, I don't, you know, like a friend. But I'm not super involved in all the chats voice and stuff. But you know what I mean, like
No, yeah.
recognizable where we would talk or whatever.
I think it's
No,
obvious.
like
We seduced the drawbridge.
I got off of Twitter because that wasn't helpful. But nobody had like messaged me or tagged me or.
Greetings, inanimate object.
I mean, I still had
Crazy.
purple on my phone for a while, and they could have sent me a message and said, "Hey, like, are you okay? Like,
Yeah.
you know, we truly think this person is this terrible, so we need to make sure you're safe, or you can find resources to get to a safe place." And
Because if you genuinely thought someone was in danger, you could say, even if it was just like, "Hi, how you doing?" You just as just as a gateway to say, this might be a route out. Do you know what I mean? Like, because not drawing comparisons or conflating what's happened, but if I knew of a family that I thought was in danger, you would try to offer some route out.
yeah, or like,
That'd
"Hey,
be
I can't help
that-
you, but I'm thinking about you. I know this is
Yeah.
hard." Or, and I think when you don't reach out, like when you are in that kind of a mindset that they were with him, it was like, well, if we don't reach out, then we don't humanize her, which means we can continue to not humanize him, and then therefore our actions are for the better good of people because he doesn't deserve to be a person.
What I truly don't understand is I feel in all of what was happening is you and your children were collateral damage in the wider attack to he became a symbol, as in Lono. We're not allowing that. And you and the kids were collateral damage that they just need to make their escape and move. They were almost telling you what to do, and we're going to hit this person. And I think that's evil, because they're just accepting you and like, even if they were 100% right, and I know they weren't, but that was the equation, and that equation is evil because you were just, no one offered you a lifeboat. They were assuming everything was correct, and then hitting and saying, well, she just needs to get away. And that's crazy when you think about it. It's almost like, well, you just got to run away. Got to run away. That's the equation.
Realize you've done it. The undead horde
Just
has
so
been
weird. So weird. Like, well, okay.
Yeah, I'm back, Hilly. Yeah,
Sorry.
no, you're good. You're good. I think that just is like, I know compassionate people. I know people that would, take a situation like pretty seriously. And if you're compassionate, you would think, let's do everything we can to minimize pain and damage. And they want to maximize it.
Because this is my only, not to pick a fight, but just to have a discussion. Like, I've got no, I don't believe any divine things driving me, but fundamentally, if I say, for example, I wanted to attack you, there's no way I would then bring into the equation of, it would enter my mind that you provide a livelihood for other people and you support other people. So that would, then I would maybe mitigate my attack, or I might think about, right, we need to speak to Madam, get her out before we hit. Do you know what I mean? Just if you're thinking about attacking one person, you think, who are they next to? Do you know what I mean? Even if you were thinking really barbarically. And none of that happens with this mob shit that goes on. Am I drunk, or am I just like if you're going to attack a person, you think of the collateral damage you're going to hit?
Well, and I think that's this touches on something I've been talking about. Like, there's no real book written on this. I've been reading a book to try to think through like technology and like what it does to our lives, but I think our integration with technology has created almost this fantasy where We talk about all the time, right? Like where kids will play video games and they don't think through the consequences. And there's these horrible theories about like, well, if kids play video games, they won't think through consequences and they'll go and do something terrible at their school, right?
Yeah, yeah.
And I think people are so fully integrated with their technology. I think that in a similar way, they don't see the consequences. Like it's like shooting a bad guy in a video game, right? There's no real consequences to it. It's just something that feels good at the time. And I think a lot of people treat Twitter that way. It's like, oh, well, we'll cancel this person that we've decided is a villain and is bad. And in the moment, it feels great, and it's this thing like, oh, we cancel this person, yes. And I think that they have so fully integrated with technology that doing that, they don't think through the ramifications. Like, I don't think a single person thought through, we're going to utterly destroy this family and their financial stability. It was, no, he's bad and we have to destroy him. You know what I mean? It's so simplistic. It's so juvenile. Like, they almost lack...
all the, because I had a situation when I was younger. Nothing on this scale. But there was about 4 or 5 people that were having a disagreement, and it got taken outside. You know, the typical thing. It's like, okay, right, we're gonna put the fists up and we're gonna sort this out. And it was, and one of the persons had a family there, and one of the other person said, "This isn't the time and place." And I sort of turned around. I was young at the time and said, "Well, what's the matter?" It's like, well, okay, there's 5 of 7 disagreement. One of them's with the family. You go away. I'll leave 4 of us, 2 on each side. I'll still duke it out. And they were like, no, this is not the time and place. And we all, in the end, moved away, calmed down. And then the day after, almost laughing about it. But even in the heat of the moment, where it's going to become almost violence in the true sense of the word, it was going to be 5 adults go outside and have a fight. But even in that moment, it factored in the equation that there was people there present that didn't need to see that. That doesn't happen online.
Right.
It's weird. It was, and that was almost the thing. I don't know if it's just a cultural thing, but like, if I wanted to punch a man, I wouldn't do it in front of his family. Maybe that's male chauvinism, or
no.
I
think it's the difference between, like, this is where the parasocial stuff comes in, right? Like, you and I have like a parasocial relationship, but there's more depth to it because we regularly get on a call and we're talking and we're playing together, right? But when you remove the relational aspect of it, it becomes abnormal. Like, if you think about prior to the dawn of technology, how did humans interact, right? In person. So if you were going to be reprehensible, awful, terrible, rude, if you were going to be a douche, there's natural ramifications. So there's sort of this unspoken, there's like an unspoken barrier of restriction. Like, you're not going to be a piece of shit, because if you are, then the people in town are going to talk bad about you, and that's going to affect your ability to, get work or whatever.
Yeah.
But the internet and our integration with technology, it basically creates a reality where it's like I said, it's like a video game. You can just be you can be a fantasy character. You can be you can let the worst parts of you shine out, and there's no ramifications for it. There's no consequences.
Is this a lightning bolt in my head, or am I just realising what everyone else already knows? It's the people that don't like you don't know you.
Yeah. I think it's easier to dislike a person or a thing the less you know about it.
So if you don't know them, you could just volley on anything, theoretically.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, we get a little close to the chest and say that it's easy to dislike or reject a belief system the less you know about it, right? I mean, I went through this. There was a time period where I went through that, and it was like, I don't know anything about these other religions out there. It's easy, to Did you pick everything up, babe?
I got spores under my feet.
I started over.
It's crazy, really. It's crazy. Because that's what I'm trying to... Because I'm like you. I'm 40. I remember before mobile phones, before the internet, and if people had a row, there was like a discussion before the row, and then there was almost a meeting of minds, and it might end up in two people going outside into the car park, and then, to be honest, it was settled after that, and that was the end of it.
I'm reading through a book, and it's
that was the extreme. Sorry to interrupt.
No, yeah. So I'm reading through a book. When we went to Florida, I wanted to have a good book to read on the airplane, and it's called, I think the title of the book is Making Sense of God in the Modern World. And forget
a tricky one, a nice easy read for them.
Yeah, a nice easy read, real laid back, right? And the chapter that I'm currently in it's entitled Meaning That Suffering Cannot Touch. Right? What if you can get to a place where you have meaning and identity that even suffering can't touch, it can't remove it from you? And I think that's the true challenge with all the different worldviews, all the different ideas, all the different philosophies, is that as soon as you undergo a tragedy or suffering, that meaning is immediately fractured and damaged. And so everything we're talking about, right, like integrating with technology and using social media to feel better about yourself, or any of it,
or just create yourself as a different person.
Right.
Yeah, that's the reality. Well done, madam. That's what annoys me, is I think it's all fake. Everything, and I know it's cynicism, but you see one fake load of bullshit, and then I assume it all is.
Right, and
I don't want to go down that road of cynicism because it's horrible.
But how much more meaningful would it be if it was obvious that it was, I don't know, like if you have that the title of the chapter, I think just it poses a question. Is there meaning that suffering can't touch? Like, is that something that's possible? Are there realities, are there truths, are there ways to live and think that even suffering itself can't touch? Like, I don't know.
Yeah.
Sam Harris touched on this. Sam Harris is an atheist, very open atheist.
I am, I have to be honest.
No, I know you are. And I think it was Light Leap. Do you remember Light Leap? He was one of the he was on the Rageous Roundtable for a while.
Yeah. I like. He's our friendly German.
Yeah, our friendly German.
But
there's only about 3 of them in the world, I think.
Yeah.
He would like that joke.
He would.
He would.
Did he die?
No. I'm just saying he would like that joke if he was here. She said, did he die?
Sounds kind of like.
Did he die? Lightning died. Hold the presses.
Anyway.
He would have liked that.
Yeah.
Everyone, a moment of silence for him, please.
He wanted me to use Sam Harris's app, Waking Up or whatever. And but Sam Harris touched on this. He was talking to Jordan Peterson. He said it's almost unanimous. It's almost unanimous. Every person believes that they have a body. Like the idea that like you're in a body, like you are not your body. And he talked about how that's so disturbing to people in mental health fields and people who believe what he believes, right? Because he believes that everything exists in a natural system. Everything is closed off. Well, but then why would there be a part of you that seemingly isn't natural, right? Why do you have a body?
Interested, yeah.
So even an atheist acknowledges that like there's something mystical about our existence. So when I see that, I think to myself, like I have a reason, I have an explanation for that, right? I can, from my worldview, I have categories for that, right? And so he that's something that this is something Jordan Peterson's really, and psychologist and mental health.
Is Jordan Peterson religious?
I don't know. I like
No, I don't.
I don't know.
Sorry, that's why I
don't
asked.
think so.
No, I don't think he is.
He hasn't. I don't think he's fully decided yet. I think he's actually very interested in the idea of theism and belief in a higher power. He's talked about this. He's like, because as a psychologist,
he's probably still trying to figure it out. He's that sort of man, isn't he?
yes, yeah, because he said, I think what bothers him is as a psychologist, it's like people who get through addiction get through it with a higher power. He's like, why does that work so well? Like, I think that bothers him.
Yeah.
You know, whether it's AA or any other rehab program, it's like, why does a higher power required?
You see, just to interject, I think that's people. I think people help people.
But
they
yeah,
also tear him down pretty bad.
yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
But why would we be wired to tap into something that isn't there?
The body thing threw me. I'll grant you.
I'm telling you, you gotta go watch the episode. It's the most recent episode on Peterson's channel. He sits back down with Harris. I guess the first time he talked with Sam Harris, they got kind of stuck on truth because truth as a concept is pretty tough.
Yeah.
Funny enough, that's in the Bible. Like Pontius Pilate is like, he poses the question, what is truth? And that to me is the question. Like, what a brilliant question. What is truth? So I guess the first time that Peterson and Harris had a conversation, they spent like most of the time talking, like debating,
What, like 3 months?
the philosophy of truth. Like, what is truth? Like, how can you make a claim on what truth is?
How can you define that? Because it's evolving. Truly, isn't it?
Well, and there's belief behind truth. Because, like, if you watch, there's a scene in Indiana Jones where he says, if you want to discuss truth, go down the hall and talk to so-and-so who's a doctor of philosophy. He's like, we deal in fact. So, that idea, right? That, like, truth and fact are not the same thing.
No, they're not.
If you're going to study a rock or a fossil, that's fact. But truth isn't that. And it's like, well, but what if it was? Like, what if truth was something as immovable as a fact? That this rock is, this many years old, or this fossil is this being.
Truly, can a fact ever be permanent?
That's the question.
Can it?
But that's a question, right? So fact, 2 + 2 = 4, right? Is that eternally true? Is that true forever?
That's a really hard one, because yes, it always will be, but unless you sort of reinvent maths. But you might need to reinvent maths to understand the universe.
But if you postulate that 2 + 2 always equals 4, you have just established a philosophy of eternity.
Oh, fuck, you're spinning. I've had a couple of beers here, Lola. I'm trying to keep up with you. I love talking to you. You know I do, but you fucking spin my gears.
Can you flip this little lid down?
Not yet, babe.
Oh.
If 2 + 2 is always 4, you have just created a philosophy of eternity. Forever, no matter how long you're dead, no matter how many people live, no matter how long the earth spins, if 2 + 2 is always 4, that is an undercurrent of eternity. So
Concept, isn't it?
is it
I need to
why
think
are we
about it
wired? Why
more.
are we wired to even think in that way? Why do you think that way?
I didn't until you brought it up.
I knew he was gonna say that.
You got to be careful, buddy. When you dance with me, the
Yeah.
mud gets deep.
Yeah,
What does Lono think about atheists? Oh golly, I've had a couple.
Nope.
Okay, so
I am an atheist. So what do you think of Hilly?
okay,
But
so
you can't sit there and group
Hey,
a
the
whole
evil souls were all
group
good
of people
and needed
into
to get
one.
absorbed.
yes, my
This is
wife.
what I
Yeah,
think
'cause I'm-
about a whole group of people when
Yes,
the
yes.
only thing that groups them together is their choice of belief system.
Ah, my wife is so smart. So
What do you now want a villain
Yeah,
to
because
fight?
I don't think the same as every other atheist. It's way different.
right at a ground level, I would say that when my understanding of an atheist would be the idea that there is no. The most simplistic definition would be there is no higher being or higher power outside of nature, right?
Yeah, I think that's actually I think I'm more close to a humanist than an atheist.
What do you mean by that?
I think the highest order of divinity is human.
Really? Okay.
Does that make
He's rubbing
sense?
his hands together.
Okay, so that gets
Go
really
get a
busy.
Coke. We're gonna be up all night. I mean, I'm sorry. This is your time for your Rageous Roast. Please, everyone, get some of that or order it right now. Hashtag Rageous Roast.
No, that's good. That's good.
Roast.
I
Light
actually,
light roast for the morning. We need on the weekend. We need light roast.
We're gonna need a Friday
do.
night roast.
so I have more. I actually have a lot more respect for somebody who will outline their position. I think the thing that frustrates me the most is
Yeah, I'm not just like I don't like your Jesus and I don't like your God and that's all fake. I'm not one of those persons. I
right.
genuinely
right.
think humans are the top order of shit.
Okay, so yeah, there's a big difference between you're saying you're humanist. There's atheists. There's anti-theists. So anti-theists would be what you're describing. People that are like, they are very much against the idea of belief in a higher power. It almost angers them, right?
Yeah, it sets them off.
Yeah, there was a guy who once said that the two axioms of atheist belief is that God does not exist and I hate him, right?
Yeah. It's like intertwined, and it's like, well, what?
Right. If he doesn't exist, why have you dedicated so much mental energy to him, right?
Yeah.
So, if humans are the highest being in the highest order, okay?
Yeah. Apex.
Right, for the apex. I think I have like a lot of questions about that. And the first question I would have
Oh dear.
would be at a ground level, why do humans, if we are the highest form of being, why do we seemingly have the capacity for things that are beyond us?
Because
And-
we're gods.
But well, hang on though. If we're gods, okay, if we are gods, if we are the highest form of being, just at a ground level, we just talked about it, right? 2 + 2 = 4. That's an eternal concept. Okay, can you exist for forever?
No.
Okay, if you cannot exist for forever, why do you think in the concept of forever? Why do you have a default way of thinking that extends beyond your existence?
Because I think humanity will continue forever.
Okay.
She's just trying to make us learn
So,
exposition. Shoot her in the face.
okay, so if
I don't think
humanity...
humanity will end. I don't think it will.
Do you think humanity will exist for forever or just matter?
I hope the bards add a little more
No,
color.
humans.
So you think humans will exist for forever?
Yeah, I think they'll evolve and I think they'll be forever. They might not. Yeah.
Okay, no, okay. I've had 4 beers and I'm trying to wrap my head around a
dear.
worldview I've never interacted with before. So, if human beings will exist for forever, okay,
But she can't retcon turning me into
what
villain in all her campaigns.
what empirical evidence do you have for that? Like, what has convinced you of that?
Handsome though. A handsome hack.
Basically, the modern healthcare, developing like antibiotics and the ability to treat us. So beyond sort of like up until the 1900s, then sort of like they started developing scientific method, and we started understanding the world around us and how different plants could become medicine for ourselves, and they basically started shaping the whole environment to suit us. That's in my mind where I thought we'd hit a level where we can shape the world around us to fuel us, and whether it's energy or healthcare and then science and research and scientific method. Basically, the development of scientific method was the turning point in humanity, basically making themselves indestructible.
Okay. So the idea being that, like, the trajectory of human innovation, discovery, and technology is that eventually we will create enough that will make humans exist for forever.
Yeah, the rate, the exponential rate.
Okay. So so it's a logical positivism built on scientific positivism. So logical positivism is the idea that we can prove everything through empirical evidence. So you believe not only that like everything is empirically proven, but like empirically derived, we could actually get to a place of eternal existence. And
the stuff we haven't understood yet is on the way. Does that make sense?
Yeah. Of course.
We don't know this, we don't know that, but we're always striving towards it.
Yes, faith in science is a thing. The idea that we will figure it out. We will cure cancer. We will cure every disease. That is a thing. Okay?
Yeah.
There's lots of people that think along that way. And a lot of them, I think, quite logically deduce from the trajectory of advancement that we've seen in our own lifetime that it'll compound over time.
And I don't think it's in our comprehension yet to understand like aging or cell death, because cells have like almost a DNA blueprint of this is how long you're going to exist for, then you're going to divide, then you're going to break. And I don't think we're necessarily at the stage where we could break that. I'm not saying a human will live forever, but I think humanity, through spreading our genes, will carry on. Reproducing. I'm not saying I'm going to live forever or my kids will live forever.
Right.
Humanity will live forever.
There's a sustaining effect of our own existence that we will not cease to exist. We won't go extinct like the dodo.
Well, the truth is, the DNA of the dinosaur and the dodo is still there.
True. So there could be a point where we bring them back.
Yeah.
And total faith in science would dictate that. Would say that we can bring back dinosaurs and the dodo. Right?
Would you want your ethical, not to divert what I was saying, but
sure.
all those avenues potentially open, but just to sort of narrow it down to help the conversation, I think humanity will carry on forever.
Okay. So at that level, at the level of forever, okay, the idea that there will not be an end of matter, there will not be an end of things, because the presupposition of forever is that there will be existence, right? So, in light of what science knows about, I would say the limited timeline that we're on, with like the potential of the sun basically exploding, right?
Yeah.
Are you also then presuming that we will hit a technological advancement to leave Earth? Because I think that's also required.
Yeah. I think long before the sun burns out.
So before the sun burns out, we will hit a point where we can figure out how to amass the appropriate amount of power, sustainable power, and travel to leave Earth. Okay. Do you think at some level everything you've just outlined is a matter of faith? Like at the current moment, at the current moment, do you have evidence for that, or are you taking it on faith?
The forces of darkness encroach.
Probably a bit. If I was honest, I'd like to say no. I think there's probably a bit both. If I was being honest, probably a bit. I think I believe there's an exponential growth in our intelligence. I think what we're doing with AI, I think what we're doing with all sorts of crazy technology, I think it's an exponential growth. So I think the global intelligence will accumulate. I know you're not seeing much evidence of that on Twitter, but I think there is evidence that humanity will, you know, with people like Elon Musk and what they're cooking up with space travel, with I think there's very good researchers dealing with cancer. I think if with what's going on with our healthcare, I think like things like Alzheimer's and stuff like that are the biggest worry, because it's like, what do you do with these cells that are that, you know, like oddball things that, you know, like just when cells are getting old and starting to corrupt and not function, that's going to be the biggest area for humanity to overcome. I think doing gene therapy, where you try and get the genes to reproduce perfectly. I think if a scientist comes up with basically getting DNA to reproduce perfectly every time, I think that will crack it.
Okay.
Once they do that, I think they're on. I think it's go for humanity.
Okay. So there are things that you have seen and been convinced of. I try to save you, babe. There are things that you've seen and been convinced of that have created a hope and a confidence that there will be future realizations of those things.
Yeah, that's true. It's a hope, because I don't understand how RNA works and how the I don't know the, you know, like, but the DNA is quite a simplistic. It's not like SQL or something that's crazy, or like a code that you don't understand. It's basically like 4 or 5 letters in my, you know, like the genome. They've sort of mapped that, and I think that's crazy. But they've done it, and it seems quite simple but long. I don't know. Yeah, it's a hope. Yeah, in answer to your question, it's a hope. But I think there's brighter minds than mine that are on that.
Okay. So, to me, it sounds like there's a commonality between what you believe and what I believe. We have seen and experienced things that have created a hope in what will happen in the future, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
100%.
Okay. So, there's actually not a lot of difference between us. It's just a matter of where that hope and faith is placed.
That's why we're friends.
Of course, that's why we're friends. But at a deeper level, right? At a deeper level, we're both looking at the things before us and thinking there's hope and an ultimate destination of all things. We're just looking at different ways that we see it playing out, right?
Yeah, 100. I think that if not to try and boil this down too simplistically, I think the orchestra's doing it, and you think there's what's the guy that does the waving of the wand?
The waving of the wand?
Harry Potter?
No, don't bring that back in. Don't bring that back in.
Don't bring Harry Potter back in.
We don't like
J.K.
You don't like J.K. Rowling. She doesn't like people.
What?
She doesn't like. To be actually in answer to that, because as someone in my family is trans, I don't hate her. I disagree with her, but at the same time, I think she's arguing from a good place, because she's arguing from a woman of domestic violence. So I wouldn't like to say she's wrong. Is that, as a man, I wouldn't like to say this woman's wrong. She's talking about women's rights. So I think that's the hardest argument I've come across. I've got a member of my family who's trans, and I disagree with her, but I don't hate her.
That seems
That's
balanced.
Is that the end? That's the only way I can cut that.
Disagreement without
dis-
hate is the sign of a thinker, I think.
I disagree with her, but I don't, because she's arguing. I can't argue against a woman who's come from domestic violence and wrote the best novels for children, in my opinion. Do you know what I mean? But how do you argue that? But I've got a member of my family who's trans, and some of the things she's said on Twitter upset that person, and they are upsetting to me because they don't align with what we think on that. But I disagree with that. But I don't hate her because she's arguing for women.
Yeah, that's.
Her place of arguing is right, but it's wrong.
Yeah,
that makes no sense.
Yeah, that's a murky wilderness we've already walked through. To bring it back.
Yeah, sorry.
No, you're okay. You're okay. We've actually remarkably have stayed on topic. This has actually been really enjoyable. Maybe this is what Friday night should become. So the idea is, I think, we're both taking it on faith. We lack the full picture, and yet we feel we see enough of the picture to think of where it's going. Right?
Yeah,
Your voice
100%.
echoes.
And I think that is where the real question lies. Like, if we're both taking things on faith, the question would be, why are we wired in that way? That we see a pattern or we see a thing and think, this is where it will go. This is where things are going. And our brain is wired to think, I don't need to see anymore. I take it on faith that this is where it's going, right? If we're wired in that way, do you think that gives credence to mystical or supernatural realities? Because you're doing something that science and empirical evidence says not to do, right? It says no.
Yeah,
like you should.
Because
Go ahead.
in scientific methods, you're 100% right, because scientists are very, very good in the language they use. Like, even from all the the only scientific experiment I've done in real life, I'm a scientist, not by trade, just when I was at uni. I did a scientific experiment. I was measuring metal concentrations in some local marinas.
Mm-hmm.
And my hypothesis was that anti-fouling paint would leach off into the marina, because you'd paint the boats to stop mollusks and all sorts of things growing on the boats, but that would leach out into the water and potentially damage the marine life in the harbour.
Mm-hmm.
That was the theory. If you put this paint on, the paint flecks off and then it gets dissolved, and eventually you end up with high metal concentrations. It's highly supported. They're finding it in tuna. It's not new science. It's fairly understood. But the only thing that was different in my experiment, I was using a different technique to, because you'd have like a probe that would measure. But the trouble with a probe is it only measures that bit of water at that specific time. So could you then make the argument that if you stuck a probe in a lake and said, oh, look, that's got high this, it's that one moment in time, could you argue that lake's polluted or whatever? Probably not. I used what's called a diffusive gel through thin films. So you leave it in for a week, and different toxins dissolve through the gel, and then because it's there for a week, you could make a stronger argument that different toxins, or in this case heavy metals is what I was looking for, were in the water. So that was the key part of it, was using these particular gels and whether they were reliable, comparing them to other gels. And that was the theory. We kind of knew the metals were leaking in because of the probe test, but that was it. But even then, you've only got at best 70% of the picture, but even with that, you don't say this harbour is polluted with heavy metals. You can't make that distinction because you can never account for the unknowns you've already established in your introduction. Yeah, I'm only going to go there this 1 week in August, or I'm going to do it over 6 weeks. So what about the other 40 odd weeks? You already have to establish your unknowns.
Mm-hmm.
So the unknowns, you never make it 100%. You can never say this harbour is polluted with heavy metals. What you can say is, in what I observed, heavy metals were in this 6 weeks, and this is way above what we'd expect. You look at someone else who studied somewhere where it's clear water and it's a lot lower, so you can make a good comparison. You can say there's heavy metal concentration here. If you look at this guy, Mr. Lono, he studied this lake, and there's none, and there's no boats there. So I think the thing is the boats, but it's not 100%. You can only observe what you've said and seen and done.
Right.
Does that make sense? Am I going off on one?
No. There's a certain amount of confidence in empirical evidence. Like, you can only know with a certain amount of certainty. No. I get that. Yeah. Give me 1 second. I'll be right back.
Yeah, I bamboozled him. With my metals in water, see?
He had to go to the bathroom. He was dropping remotes, shaking.
My mercury concentration's through him, see? I've just proved God with mercury concentrations. Isn't Lono lovely to talk to, though? You're a lucky lady.
Because he talks all the time?
You get that every day.
Oh, yay. It's okay. It's good. I don't talk as much as he does. So we're kind of like opposites. So, like, most of the time, not most of the time, generally, like, in a male-female relationship, the female talks more and the male talks less, and we're just opposite of that.
And that's nice. You're different.
Yeah, we are so different.
Different to them. But thing is with talking is sometimes the people that say less say more. And I get that feeling with you.
Yeah, sometimes.
Not always the amount of words. Is it?
They all three talk. The kids, him. When I was pregnant with Stinks, they were like, he's moving his mouth, and we've never seen boys do that in the womb. It's usually girls that move their mouth in the womb. And he was like moving his mouth. And he came out talking, so.
Do you know the best moment of my life was when my youngest daughter talked, only because she's been diagnosed as non-verbal about a year before, and we've been doing loads of therapy and bits and pieces, and we didn't think she was going to talk. We just thought she was, because they diagnosed her non-verbal.
Yeah.
We were like, oh, and non-verbal doesn't necessarily mean won't say anything, but she hadn't said anything, so we were like, oh, really worried. And we was doing all these different bits and pieces, and nothing seemed, but it obviously all was, but nothing kind of happened. And then we was down at the beach, and her nan went up to the ice cream truck and bought an ice cream, sat down on the deck chair in front of the kids, and there's like 4 children staring at her, and she just had an ice cream and they didn't. And then Violet just looked up and went, "Nanny, ice cream." For a non-verbal child to say a 3-word sentence was like, wow.
Yeah.
We were like, what?
Did you get her an ice cream? Buy the whole thing?
We got her an ice cream. We got her a big ice cream. She got an ice cream. And then from that moment onwards, that was it.
Wow.
And I don't know if that was some crazy moment. Or I wouldn't say that to Lona, because he'd turn into some sort of divine moment. But I was just like, that was the best moment of my life. By a mile. By a mile. I was just like, wow, because I'd almost convinced myself it was never going to happen,
Yeah.
and that was like the biggest thing. I was like, oh, when your kids are chatting away to you, you take it for granted, don't you? But when you're told that will never happen, and then it happens, you're like, oh, she won't shut up now. Oh my, I like when she's chattering away, but and the thing was, it was no babble, no noise, nothing before it. You were sort of nothing. It was just like almost like a game coming out, but there's no teaser, there's no trailer, there's no nothing. It's nothing. Games come out, and it's great. That's what we got with her.
Oh, so it's like Valentine's private quarters.
Does that make sense?
Yeah.
You brew homemade ketchup.
There was just
wine
nothing,
one
no
time.
evidence, nothing, and then bang, nanny ice cream.
I was back for that. You said you were like, Lona's gonna think it's some mystical thing.
Yeah, did you? I'll tell you the story very quickly. I've talked to you about my daughter a little bit, haven't I?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
She was diagnosed non-verbal, I feel, and that doesn't always necessarily mean they'll never talk at all or whatever. But she hadn't talked, she hadn't babbled, nothing verbal. They'd done the tests on her, nothing. And then we was down at the beach about a year later, and we've been doing different therapy, and I'd learned Makaton and doing like a bit of sign with her. And then her nan ordered an ice cream and sat down on the beach and in a deck chair and sat down in front of the 4 kids, like, because she was a bit on her marbles are rattling around anyway, so she wasn't quite thinking, oh, I'll get the kids an ice cream. She just went and got herself an ice cream, sat down in front of the 4 kids, and then my non-verbal youngest child turned around and said a 3-word sentence. She went, nanny ice cream. And then from that moment onwards, you can't get her shut up.
Right.
And it was crazy because we were almost, we thought we'd lost that. We didn't think we was going to have, we thought our youngest child wouldn't talk or would never talk properly or to any, no, that's not the right, to any extent. And it was crazy. That day on the beach was the best moment of my life by a mile, by so far. Couldn't believe it. I was just laughing. And I still, when I see an ice cream to this day, I'm like, that's brilliant. It was just so. But I know you all think that's divine, and I think it's unlocking herself.
No, I don't want to. I don't want to spiritualize something that was just a good memory. But do you think it's interesting that something that seemingly happened that was not intended to happen, something that almost superseded nature? Like, why is that such a strong memory for you?
I don't know if it was all of the effort we put in, or because we've done so much. We've done like Makaton training, and we were doing signs and schedules, and we were saying all these words and doing reading and all the things, and we didn't think it was working. And I don't know whether all that just tipped, because the doctor said to me, she just said neural paths are not wired for language, but she was very clear that they can be, you can make them. It's not that they're not there, but you can make them. So I don't know if it was just perseverance through listening to professionals and following the advice, and then it just tipped over, or she was just being an arse and like waited to something she actually wanted. Everything was off. Do you know what kids are like? Do you know?
Yeah, yeah. I guess I was more interested in, why is that a memory for you? Like, why do you think that stands out? You know what I mean? It's so, from where I sit, it's almost as if you were given a scientific verdict of what would be, and when something broke through and said no, this is something broke through and said that what nature had determined was not all there was. Like, why is that? Why do you think that's such a strong memory for you?
Possibly that, what do they call it, white collar syndrome?
I've not heard that. I don't know what that is.
I think that's like, you know, like the doctors wear the white coat syndrome, maybe. Where if someone you view as intellectually higher than you, or basically gives you a fact, you accept it. Because they're in, like if a road worker tells you, oh, that road's unsafe, you'll take that as gospel, won't you? Do you know what I mean? If they're wearing the high vis. And her doctor was a paediatrician, very well qualified. Not wrong, because up until all the evidence was on their side, and it was just, and they'd only seen him, and this happened after. And they did say, like, non-verbal doesn't... They've kind of left it... This is the thing with science, is they always leave it open. They never kind of say matter of fact. Like, she'd never told us she'd never speak, but she'd prepared us to never speak. And I think my own way of dealing things is I try to envisage the worst and accept that and hope for the best. And then when it happens, it's better, maybe. Does that make? I don't even know if that's an honest answer. I just want to answer you.
No, I think it makes sense. I think it makes sense. I was looking at it more from the realm of like, it seemed as though something happened that should not have happened, and like
she
that
saw a
had an
bloody
impact.
ice cream and wanted it. She's
Right.
a greedy, and she is so greedy for treats. She loves it. She even asks now for unhealthy food. What kid at 6 asks for unhealthy food? All the messages she's had is vegetables are good and all the kids around her. She goes, I want unhealthy food. Where is she getting that from?
Right. Why is that her instinct?
Yeah. Knows what she wants, but
I want unhealthy food.
I think
she asked for it specifically.
Yeah.
She's not even supposed to. I've never said to her, this is unhealthy. I don't even know where she gets that from. It must be school.
Yeah. So there's a moment in the Chronicles of Narnia where it's in the Lion, the Witch, and the Wardrobe, and they think that Aslan is dead, right? He's the great lion. He's the king. And he's been killed, and it's terrible. They're all sad, and the lion, he disappears. His body disappears. And Susan and Lucy can't make sense of it. And Lucy says, this is so terrible, it's like hard to even imagine. And Susan says, what is this? Is it some kind of new magic? So in that moment, like, Susan can't make sense of it. Like, what has happened? This was supposed to be the end. Like, he's dead. It's tragic. It's sorrowful. And then something else happens, right? There's like an intervention.
Yeah.
And when she says, is this some kind of new magic? There's a sudden voice that says yes. And it's Aslan. He's back alive. He's back, right? And so when I think of like what happened to you, to me, it's the suspension of the natural. It's like, well, this is what we thought was going to happen. This is what we thought was the destination. And when that reality is either suspended, frustrated, or altered, that memory will be with you for forever, right? And that, to me, there's something more there. It's not just, this is such an important moment, or this is so meaningful. It's like, no, the natural is not all that there is. Like, this is not the only rule. This is not the only law. This is not the only determiner of reality. Is there some other magic, right? I don't know. That's what when you said that, when you told that story, that's what I thought of. It's like, that's special because we are not purely determined by natural causes. Because if we were, then that moment would seem impossible.
Yeah, it's probably a bad example because I don't think it was impossible. I think her brain was still developing. I think
poured into the fountain.
I think it just hit a point where it unlocked. So I think the therapy we were doing was the right advice. I think we were doing it properly in a fulfilling way for her.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm not willing to discount what you've just said, because I don't know. You know, it's just a moment, and it was so weird. It was so out of the blue, and you know, like, and she's like 4 at the time. For a 4-year-old not to speak, it's really rare. Do you know what I mean? Unless there's a serious diagnosis going on there, it's really weird.
Well, and it to me, it's a tragedy that had a something good happen within it, right? You hear this,
Oh,
and think,
yeah,
this is terrible. What a tragedy, and yet something breaks through, and that, I think, is why the stories and the mystical realities that to me are there and speak to me and are, I think, so important. I think that's a thread. There's something baked into our existence that we latch on to those moments. Like when you told that story, that's the first thing I thought of, is like, this is light breaking through, a moment where it seems darkness will win, and yet it doesn't. Like, why, when we watch The Lord of the Rings, is it so poignant at Helm's Deep when he says, look to me, look to the east on the fourth day, or the third day, or the third day? Mm-hmm. That he says, look to the east on the third day, and like light breaks through and there's victory. Like, why is that so poignant? Like, why is that so meaningful? Because if we're purely natural beings, like if that's just it, if that's the end of it, why is there seemingly meaning found in the moments that are the most not natural, right?
Yeah, I get you on that, because it's like all the best poignant moments of every story are the what just happened.
Right. Because your story, your memory, something that you're carrying even to this day, like in a moment where it's a Friday night, you're drinking, and yet that memory is poignant, right? It's not natural. It's almost a suspension of naturality. It's like that wasn't meant to happen and it did, and that to you is special, right?
Crazy. This is too much for Friday.
It's too much for a Friday. It really is. It really is.
You guys are too serious.
Madam's
boring.
wandering around.
Madam's
wandering around like opening.
You guys are like so serious. I'm like, I thought we were just gonna be laughing and hanging out, and you guys are like, what's the meaning of the universe? Oh, okay. I don't know, guys.
We thought Swift would work, to be fair.
Glad you guys figured it out. Hope chat enjoyed that.
Oh, it's the fifth day. It's the fifth day. Look to the east. Look to first light of the east on the fifth day. I can't remember I can't remember it. Yeah.
Why is it always east? What about west?
Well, the sun rises in the east, so I think that's the idea.
Oh, is that? That's true. I should have known that as the scientist.
Yeah. Well, I gotta tell you, I had no idea we were gonna get this deep on a Friday night playing Tiny Tina.
Tiny Tina without Swift.
Maybe that's the ticket. Maybe that's the ticket. We should just start turning Friday nights and like philosophizing Friday nights, you know?
Just debate Hilly on stuff he doesn't know. That'll go well.
Yeah, no. This wasn't meant to be a debate.
No, it wasn't.
I like pressing.
It wasn't a debate.
I was sharing. That was all.
No, and I like observing and asking questions. That's what I was attempting to do. Yeah.
I like thinking about stuff. So I'm not. I don't like to think of myself as closed-minded. I probably am in certain aspects, but I think everyone is, and you have to own up to the things you are.
Yeah. Well, this is the perfect note to end. We're at a stopping point in the game, and I think we've had a good, meaningful conversation in the midst of the chaos of a video game. I have no idea what we'll do next week, but chat, if you're watching the VOD or the live stream, I hope you've enjoyed tonight. None of this was planned. This was not planned at all.
That was planned.
You know, it's the echoes of Reforge Radio. We're getting into more meaningful stuff, and it carried over, I think. And I enjoyed tonight, and I think that's what's important. I enjoyed it. I know. Did you enjoy it, Madam?
It wasn't what I was expecting.
That's a no.
I didn't say no. It was just, when I'm on the other side of the door, they're just laughing and hooting and hollering, and this was real serious.
Yeah, we didn't even get to the snacks. You brought all these snacks down. We didn't even eat them. Wow. I hope you had a good time, Hilly.
I had an amazing. This is the best Friday for a long time.
Yeah.
Hopefully you can go to bed with all that on your mind.
I can.
He'll be all right.
I can't now.
He'll
Can't
be
now. You said
What
that,
is
madam.
truth in the universe? And
Stop it. He's had plenty of drinks.
do you
Get
really
your rest.
exist?
Oh my gosh, babe. Don't do
I'll
that.
worry about that tomorrow.
Yeah, that's a problem for future Homer.
That's the answer.
That's a problem for future Hilly, right?
Yeah.
Well, Hilly, as we typically do, it's Friday night. We want everybody to have a great weekend. We hope you had a great Friday, and we'll see you on Monday morning. But in the meantime, Hilly, say goodnight.
No, chat.